Let's see if it works. Yes! 7! Hey! Hello!
Hi guys, long time no see.
Long time no see. Yeah, we saw you yesterday. Our cat was hanging out with us, but apparently he doesn't want to stay here, so we'll see him later on. But I can't see shit with this, so keep him here. All right. How are you guys? Breaking Bad is over for us. We still have a hard time like dealing with all this amazing story ending. Like we've been going through withdrawals, literally. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. I'm saying hi to everyone. Like hello, 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 hello. Yo, 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 bitch. All right. I literally started like Breaking Bad with my friend yesterday because I just could not wait to go back to the beginning and see everything again. So, speaking of withdrawals,
You're not in withdrawal.
Hmm?
You are not in withdrawal.
I am with Breaking Bad. It's hard not to be. It's such a good show. Thank you. This is the costumes that we were wearing for the intro we did for Felina. I thought, like, why not?
Unfortunately, the pizza couldn't be there, so you should have pulled.
No pizza for today, but at least we got the costumes. Hello.
No, it's true that this show doesn't get old. I'm pretty sure that in 20 years later, it's still gonna be a good show to watch.
I mean, there's a reason why you hear about Breaking Bad. Even if you don't watch it, there's a very good reason why everyone is talking about it. Like, before I watched it, I heard about Breaking Bad. I knew the main story. I knew, not the main story, but the plot, like chemistry teacher trying to have money for his treatment and stuff. Like, that's what I knew. But teachers at school, they were talking about Breaking Bad. People at school, when I was in high school, they used to talk about Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It was the shit. It was the show that everyone needed to watch.
Did you record to rewatch with your friend? Yes, she did.
I started it. Yes. Yesterday, I wanted to watch the pilot because we recorded recently a horror game gameplay with two of our friends, one of which is the guy I'm watching Breaking Bad with. And after the recording of the gameplay, it was pretty late, but he was not tired, so I was like, Breaking Bad? Yeah, alright, let's go. Let's do one episode. After one episode, I started closing my computer, and he was like,
Can we watch another one,
Can we watch
please?
another one? So yeah, I started yesterday, and he's really into this, so I'm hoping this is going to be a great thing. I'm excited. Yes, El Camino, of course we're going to watch it. I cannot wait. We already reacted to the trailer.
So it might be come up on YouTube maybe this or next week. So you should see it pretty soon, guys.
Yeah, we have a bunch of stuff about Breaking Bad now that it's over. We got the bloopers. We got the trailer for El Camino.
The magnificent remix.
Oh, yeah. I love this remix.
Is my jam now.
So yeah, we did that. We did a couple other videos too, but I don't remember them all. But you'll see. You'll see. By the way, yeah, if you do have like suggestions for stuff that we should watch, just write them down. Like we're still doing this. Like I said, we are in withdrawal. We need more Breaking Bad. And Better Call Saul 2 is gonna come like in 2 weeks. So.
Fly, best or worst episode?
Oh, it's complicated. I know when I watched it, I did say it was probably one of my favorites. I remember liking it a lot.
Isn't one of my favorite, if for me, to be honest, but the symbolic in it and the way that it shoot everything was one of the best, and
it was different
every season.
Yeah. Like, I remember I watched recently a guy do a review of the series, and he was saying that The Fly was his favorite episode, not because it's the best, not because of what it entails, not because of what it's about, simply because it's so different from the rest of the show that it stands out as a great episode. And I mean, it was interesting. To me, it was not like such a standalone episode. Like, it dealt with his emotions, it dealt with Walt's guilt for Jane. And we kind of explored a little bit more of their relationship, like Walter and Jesse, and I liked that. It was both really funny, and if you could read between the lines, there was a lot there, you know? So yeah, I don't think it's the worst, but I can understand why some people would say so.
Yeah. When December does get a nice chair.
As soon as she wants to buy one for herself.
Yeah, I'm not as crazy as she is. So maybe
That was
not now,
that
but it's in
chair.
my mind. So someday I might buy one and you got a surprise in my back. Yeah.
That chair was my 25th birthday present to myself. So, I mean, I went a bit crazy because it was like super expensive. But I'm really happy I got it. So, I've been to asking her if she wanted one for the Targaryen house. But then after that, we watched the season finale for Game of Thrones.
So you're gonna
and-
have to have a Targaryen chair, but yeah.
But then, I mean, it is crazy expensive. This one is. Like, I'm not saying that Secret Lab doesn't have, like, affordable chairs, but I've been asking her if she wanted one for a little bit, and she tried mine, and she's been saying that she likes it, so...
Slowly, I'm trying to steal it from her so she
Yeah.
doesn't notice.
No, she won't. I saw earlier, sorry, did we see the Aaron Paul Price is Right video? I saw the actual video, and I saw the thing he did. I don't remember on which show he did this, but when he went back and tried to win it this time, I saw that one as well. It's so funny. He was crazy
Oh.
excited. I totally see how he became
He
Jesse.
was really hype when he was on
Oh
it.
yeah, I see how he became Jesse. It's like, that was so cool.
Favorite character and why? Do you have
Uh,
only one favorite character or you have multiple favorite characters on the show?
I do have one favorite character, but I have several characters that I do enjoy watching.
For multiple reasons, yeah.
You know, I'll start with my top 3. Jesse, Hank, Walter. Okay? Jesse is my favorite, hands down. Hank, he went up there crazy fast after he got shot. Like, that was really fast. So he went up there, and Walter was always like my second, but then when Hank kind of stole the spot, they've been battling each other for a while. But Jesse is my favorite. Why? Do I have to ask? No, seriously. First of all, I have a soft spot for characters like him. Characters that go through a lot of shit, characters that go through emotional stuff, and they can bring it too. Like, Aaron Paul was really good as Jesse, and I feel like it reached me a lot.
It's one of the reasons for why it is also one of my favorite characters in the series. Just because Aaron just brought something on the screen that he got a present.
I mean,
A present, sorry, when
A
he was.
he got a prison.
He got a presence when he was on screen, and you just attract to him. After that, definitely maybe Walter, just because how the character was written and how he played his part. Hank, definitely my top 3 after that.
Mm.
And maybe on the same level will be Gus and Saul.
Yeah.
Just because every time that I saw Saul on screen, I just kept laughing and laughing because this character is just gold.
It's hard not
Literally.
it's hard not to love these characters, every single one of them, because yes, some of them can get annoying. Like Marie, I'm like, she's cool, but I'm not particularly fond of her. She's great. Like, I mean, I love to see her on screen, but she's not the type of character I usually root for. But the others, I'm like, damn, they're so good. Every single one of them, they go through a lot of things, and it's hard not to feel for these characters. I know we got really angry at Walter here and there, but I think we would not have gotten that angry
if
we
didn't
didn't
like
love
him
him.
that much, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, with Felina, I lost it with Walter. Like, his journey was perfect. Sad and tragic, but perfect. I just want to answer a question I saw earlier. Jane or Andrea?
Andrea.
We talked about this recently, actually. She was asking me, because I've been reading fan fictions a little bit, because of the withdrawal. And she was asked, I was saying there are fan fictions in which, crazy enough, Walter and Jesse can go back in time and start over, but with their memories of what happened in the future. So she's like, if Jesse could go back in time and choose between going with Jane or Andrea, who would he choose? And I was like, I don't think he would go with Jane, because he's the one who destroyed her. In his mind.
Yeah,
In his mind.
Is clean now. It will be a good influence for her. So that's the
True.
trick.
True. I feel like Jane, I mean, both of them were broken characters, but I still feel like between Jane and Andrea, with Jane, Jesse felt more like he destroyed her. He brought her to her hand. He's the one who was using when she was trying to get better, and he kind of took her down with him a little bit. That's how he sees it.
Mhm.
And with Andrea, it was the contrary. He's the one who kind of convinced her to have a better life for her kid. and he's the one who paid for her house, so he gave her that chance. So between the two, I feel like Andrea is the better choice. And I mean, if we don't even think about the girls, she's got Brock. So at the end of the day, he loves Brock too.
True.
So
Jesse's soft spot is
oh
kids.
yeah, totally.
Is it right to say that?
Jane was all about herself. It's crazy because I feel like she still had it in her to love Jesse for who he was, and she still cared for him, but her demons were too strong at the end of the day. She was just a broken character, and she was not. I mean, she was acting like she was okay, but she was not. Especially since I feel like she never went to rehab for herself. It was always for her parents, and it's not the way to go. When someone goes to rehab, it has to be for you. It has to be your decision.
She wasn't living a happy life, just trying to make that her dad would just let her be free sometimes. And with Jessie, she felt that for once she could be herself and have a little bit of freedom, what she couldn't have with her dad, because her dad was just controlling her life and every aspect of it.
Yeah, but her vision of freedom was doing meth and heroin and losing it. So
all of it could have been avoided if they had universal health care.
Yeah, actually, that's something my friend said yesterday when we watched the first episode.
I might say yeah or no, because even though he got free health care for his cancer treatment, he might have died at the end of it, and his son still would have been with nothing.
That's still the reason why he went for this at first. Yes, it evolved into something else, but Walter never saw that documentary on TV and went like, you know what, I could be like the best drug dealer there is. I want that power. Let's go. That's not what pushed him to do this at first. So.
Oh, did you notice how both Hank and Walt were driven by their ego, and it led to both their demise?
Yes.
This is the reason why Hank technically died at the end of the show.
That's one thing I really loved about Breaking Bad. It's really human to not be perfect and to have flaws and stuff. And for Hank, it goes perfectly with his character, especially after he got shot, because he saw this as a personal defeat. Like, he saw this as his end, and he was not supposed to go back up, like, not in his mind at least. And to see that he had still a chance to finally arrest Heisenberg, that was like the miss of his career, and he could end it. Yes, his ego totally took, first.
Yeah.
His ego pushed him to do this on his own, and that's what killed him. Pride is the worst in Breaking Bad. That's what destroyed Walter. That's what destroyed Hank. That's even what destroyed Jesse.
Pride is the worst in everything. Every single show, Pride is the worst. Yeah. Okay? Hands down. Now that you have both seen all of Breaking Bad, what are each of your top 5 series of all time?
That's such a hard question. Okay, it's really hard for me. I did say in Felina that I'm the type of person. What?
The audio seems to be lagging, by the way.
Sorry about that. It's the internet. It's on and off. Sorry. Yeah, but we'll make do. We have to, because I can't do anything about the shitty internet we have. But yeah, favorite shows.
Slowly, they might understand.
Favorite shows. I'm the type of person who, and I'm the same with music. I'm favorite of the moment type of person. Right now, Breaking Bad, it's up there. Like, I don't think I loved a show or appreciated how good a show was as much as I did Breaking Bad. Because when I think about shows I love, Charmed, Supernatural, shows I grew up with and were my favorites back in the day, I can find flaws, a lot of them. Especially Charmed. I can find a lot of flaws.
It's a 90s show. Give it a chance.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. What makes me love them so much is the nostalgia, the fact that I grew up with them. Breaking Bad, I've been asking myself, can I find a single flaw in that show? And it's really hard.
But there is flaw. We know there is.
Yeah.
We saw a couple of them. It just, to think of it on the spot, it's kind of a bit hard, yeah.
Smallville was good too. But yeah, no, I think these shows, like, they were made back in the day, and that's why I love them, because I grew up with them. So nostalgia. But I think Breaking Bad, yes, there were shows I got hooked on a lot more than I did with Breaking Bad, because I was attracted to the world. Game of Thrones got me hooked a lot. I was so into it.
Gossip Girl.
That's my that's not the same, okay? That's a guilty pleasure thing. But it's okay. Don't care about this. It's Breaking Bad, I think, is just as someone who loves cinema, as someone who loves TV, I think it's just good.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to put it as my top number one like favorite. But I know that eventually I'm probably gonna freak out over another show. But I think I'm always gonna go back to Breaking Bad. So I'm gonna put it at number 2, and keep like number 1 empty for the show of the moment. So right now it's like Breaking Bad, and then after that it's hard. Like, what are yours? I'll think about mine. What are yours?
Is Lost in your top 5 favorite shows of all time? What about Game of Thrones? For Lost, maybe not, because I've seen all of it, and yeah, the show is great, the characters are great, but the show is so confusing at times, and the ending was what? That for me, I had problems.
C'est comme
I had problems to attach to what was happening on the show. But one of my favorite that I've seen, not all of it though, will be Heroes.
Heroes?
Yeah.
You didn't even finish Heroes.
I've seen maybe half of it.
You saw season 1
and 2. Come on. A
All right.
of season 4 and 5.
Heroes. Hunting of Hill House was good too. Hunting of Hill House though, I feel like it reached me a lot, but I would not put it in my favorites. I think to me it's really hard. I'll keep talking about yours. I'll look at our DVDs and try to think. Wait,
what are your favorite shows? I think she liked really One Tree Hill. She cannot stop thinking about it and talking about it.
Roswell
Roswell
is one of my favorites.
The Leftovers.
It's really good, but not in my favorite.
What's wrong with you?
I'm trying to find shows I love.
Stop. Just keep talking.
Okay.
The Office. I didn't see The Office. I just see memes of it, but I didn't watch The Office.
24. I heard about this. There's a lot of shows that we didn't watch. Heroes after season 2 kind of lost its spark too. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. Like, you're talking about shows that we know we have to watch, guys, but we didn't. We're too stuck with our really old shows. Like, I keep rewatching Charmed and Smallville, and sometimes Heroes, and then Gossip Girl, and then One Tree Hill, and I'll have fun with these shows.
Is there any character you wanted to die, or any character you wanted to live?
Oh, if I could have saved Hank.
Oh my gosh.
I would have saved Hank.
Yeah.
Walter, I knew he was gonna die. Like, it was clear from episode 1, you have terminal cancer.
I heard that Hank's actor wanted his character to die, though.
I mean, the way he went was pretty cool. Even though we cried like crazy, it was nice.
Oh, we did? I don't remember that part.
But I think, yeah, Hank, if I could have saved him, I would have. He deserved that win, even though that arrogance he showed in order to, arrest Heisenberg on his own, that's what killed him. I feel like I would have saved him. I'm really glad Jesse survived. Like, I'm glad he stayed alive. Like, if that guy had died, I would have lost it, like, totally.
I don't know why, but I think that I would have loved for Skylar to die, even though that Walter died too. I think that it would have gave a really good punch to Walter. Like, if she died because of his work and by his own doing, you know what I mean?
But I heard there was a potential ending where his family died, kids and stuff, and wife, and he was the one still alive at the end.
You think? Oh,
that was a potential ending.
What a great punch! Sorry.
I'm actually really glad it did not happen this way. Like, Walter going was the way to go. Someone did ask early in the chat, like, it's going really fast, guys. I'm trying. Someone asked if we thought that Walter died too easily, if it was too easy for him, because he kind of won. Like, some people are saying, like, he's the bad guy, but did he win?
Well, it's not unheard of to have villains who won at the end of a show or a movie. If it's done right, sorry guys, it's good. It's great to watch, and it's great for them to win at the end of it.
I feel like if he had gone if people had managed to win over him, it would have taken away his reputation as Heisenberg.
His greatness?
Kinda. He was a genius. He planned everything. Like, I feel like it was done perfectly. I'm not judging how he went away. I think it was actually perfect for his character. He got what he wanted, but he lost his family. So he won in the sense that basically at the end, his kids are going to have the money. Like, they will get the money he wanted to give them. And he never set one foot in prison. he died just the way he thought he was going to die, like 2 years after getting his cancer prognosis. Even though he did not die from the cancer, he thought for sure he was going to die in 2 years, and that's what happened. And I mean, he got killed by his own weapon protecting Jesse, which I find really good. Taking the bullet for him, that kind of reached me a lot. So I'm not.
Who would want a baby to die?
Holly. I mean, no.
I want Holly to die to really break Walt.
Man.
One of his kid.
To really break Walt. That's the important part of what you just said. In a story, it's true that sometimes it's nice to play with the possibilities in order to see how it's going to affect the characters. I feel like we got really close to that with Brock almost dying. And Holly dying, she was like the most innocent of all characters. And that would have broke me. That I would have been gone after this.
Which you think were the most undeserved death? I think that would be maybe Andrea or brother.
Andrea.
You think?
Or who?
Our brother, the one who got shot by Gus's man.
I think her brother, yes, it's said that he died, but he was still, I mean, he was still trying to be part of that gang.
The kid on his BMX bike.
Yeah. He was not there by chance. Like, he was not totally
That's
innocent.
not the same kid.
Yeah? Who are you talking about?
The one who was selling meth on the road and who shot Jesse's friend.
Yeah?
Not the same kid as the one that got shot under the train.
That kid. I thought you meant Andrea's brother.
Yeah, but both three of them are undeserved dead in my opinion.
Drew Sharp, that's his name, the kid on the train.
Yeah.
Drew Sharp and Andrea, I feel like these two were the least deserving of their deaths. Like, these were characters that were not even supposed to die. Like, it happened because bad time, wrong timing, I don't know. But yeah, Andrea, she shouldn't have died. Like, that came as a surprise to me. And Drew Sharp, gosh, I mean, that led to so many problems. So these two, I feel like, no, they should not have died.
The plane passengers, true. They
that
undeserved death, of course. Yeah.
React to Breaking Bad, the Ecstasy of Gold tribute video. I did not hear about this one. I mean, maybe not in this chat because it's going to be hard for us to find the recommendations for videos to watch, but in our other videos, write them down below in the comments and I will see them. Every time you guys recommend something, I take a screenshot or I write it down in my list and we end up doing the reaction. So
some of you guys said that there's a theory that Walt might be still alive and make a comeback in the upcoming El Camino movie. And some of you said too that it wouldn't fit because technically his story ended at the end of Breaking Bad, and I agree with that. Like, we saw the beginning of it, and we saw his climax, and we saw like his story seems to come to an end at the end of Breaking Bad, and it wouldn't be fair to just bring him back.
I feel like, Breaking Bad has been doing so well these past years. Now the movie is coming. If it's about Jesse, I'm all for it. If they bring back Walter, it'll feel like they're trying to milk the story, they're trying to milk the show, and I'm not going to be for that. I'm really happy that his story was told. He died having, getting his goals and stuff. He attained his goals. He had his smile on his face. I feel like it's perfect.
Sorry, I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? My dad did I die by Drew Sharp?
We did talk about you, Drew.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, now we're talking about Walter. Yes, I feel like his story has been told. I'm not fond of the idea that he survived, because what is he going to do? Like, he's going to be in prison anyway, and I don't think he's Eisenberg anymore. He died as Walter White. Yes, some people were saying that Walter White died in a crawl space, and I love this, but I feel like in Felina, he came back a little bit. And he's the one who protected Jesse. Heisenberg's the one who showed up at the uncle's compound, and he was the one who wanted to kill them all, and he was the one who was really, really angry that Jesse was still alive cooking. Then he saw him in chains, and the father came back. The Walter that we knew in the beginning, he came back with all his emotions. That's Walter who protected him, and that's Walter who gave him the gun and went like, kill me,
Secret new med brings Walter back to life.
Be fashion away.
Walking Bad. No, that's cringy. But yeah, I feel like Walter has had his course, but I'm not above seeing him again in El Camino, maybe as flashbacks. I'm totally okay with that, and apparently they've seen him on set, so I don't know if he was just there to visit, but I'm all for this.
if Walt didn't have the ego to keep leaves of grass, Hank never would have found out.
True. We talked about this as well. I feel like after Gus died, he felt so confident that no one was gonna ever be able to stop him. He was unobtainable, like he was untouchable. He was the one who knocks. He was the danger. Say it however you want. He felt like he was safe from everyone because he was the most powerful guy there was here. So he did leave that book because, I mean, why not? No one's there to stop him now. That's what brought his end, his pride and his ego.
What are your thoughts on Jesse's action after the end of Breaking Bad for El Camino?
I don't know. I know they discussed this, but I'm pretty sure he didn't make it to Alaska. So I kind of want him to try to search for the money Walter left behind, because how is he gonna handle living after this? He does. I mean, he needs help for sure. I knowing Breaking Bad, knowing Vince Gilligan, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna just do this with his problems and let him be okay.
Yeah.
I saw a photo of Aaron Paul saying like, love filming, love being an actor, and he was like showing his I don't remember which hand, but he was showing one of his hands, and one of his finger was cut. So I'm thinking, holy shit, dude, is that from El Camino? Are you gonna be like tortured again? What's gonna happen? I feel like maybe he's gonna try to stay away from the business,
Yeah.
but he needs money to survive because they're looking for him. Now that they don't have Heisenberg, they kind of need a scapegoat.
Chris, you look badass. So do you, Amber.
Thank
Aw,
you.
Thanks. I don't know why, but I saw you on the screen and you look like Dr. Alan Grant from Jurassic Park.
Oh, yes, a little
You're
bit.
just mentioning the red scarf on there.
I don't have one. But anyway, I think he went back to Brock. I feel like he at least saw him from afar if he could not go to him and talk to him. Knowing Jesse, he's probably feeling really guilty about Andrea's death.
I don't think that he could ever approach Brock again.
Yeah.
The thing about it, I'm pretty sure Brock is with his grandma right now, and if she sees Jesse, you get out of my house. You don't touch my little grandkids. Get out.
What's that accent?
I don't know. An angry grandma, I guess.
Even before Andrea died, the grandma was pretty, I mean, she's got a strong character. She's got, I mean, yeah.
Please react to Peaky Blinders in the future.
There's a chance. I mean, people have been talking about this show a lot, so there's a good chance. But yeah, I feel like Brock might be living with his grandma, and Jesse, because of his guilt and because of the fact that people are looking for him. He did not go to him, but he saw him from afar just to make sure he was okay, and then he left. What is he gonna do now, though? I don't know. I really want to answer the question: what happened to the money? There's like 70 million hanging around. Like, take it.
80 something.
Look for it.
Yeah. One thing that I would like to see in the movie would be Jesse's family, how they react when they learn about what happened to him and what went down with Heisenberg and him partnering up with their son. And what was Walter's family reaction to learn that he's dead? Because even though he was a kingpin in the drug world, he's still Walter White. Yes, I know that Walter Jr. was really angry and heard that his dad was responsible for Hank's death. But let's not forget that he is still his dad. And a year or two, or maybe 5 or 10 later, he's going to think about his dad maybe and think, shit, my dad died too.
It's going to affect them one way or another, especially when they have the time to think about this, calm down. I feel like Walter Jr. might have very conflicting emotions because he loved his uncle so much, and his dad, in his mind, his dad was directly responsible for what happened. So he doesn't want to love his dad, he doesn't want to forgive him, but he's still his dad, so to learn that he died might put him in trouble, emotionally speaking. Although I'm not sure we will see them, I would really love to see them too. Them, and I mean, hear what happened to Brock. It's true that if the kid from Peekaboo comes back, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, this is bringing back a lot of stuff. And Breaking Bad is good at this, but yeah.
What did you guys decide to put Vikings on 3-day spot on instead of Better Call Saul?
Because I mean, we thought we did a lot of Breaking Bad, and it's time to switch shows. We're really happy with Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul is good too, but Better Call Saul is not finished. So we don't want to finish it too soon and then be stuck with too much live shows. Like we don't want to be on such a tight schedule. So I think it's better for us to keep it on 2 times a week and just move on to another show. Yes, I know Vikings is not over as well.
Yeah,
but Vikings is something we've been wanting to
they
watch
got
for a while.
5 seasons already, so.
Better Call Saul too.
Oh,
I think they
okay.
have 4. They're going to 5. But
Okay, never mind.
the difference is Vikings is a show that we've been wanting to watch for years now. When we were doing the reaction for Game of Thrones season 7, I remember we talked about this at the end and we were like, oh, we could do Vikings. Yeah, we didn't. now it's the perfect time. Now that Breaking Bad is over, it's perfect. And yeah.
Brock is not gonna be an El Camino. Is just not. It's really super fucked up now.
I mean, everyone is going to be fucked up. Yeah, I don't think we will see the kids, but if they got mentioned, that'd be nice because they're still a huge part of Jesse's history. And I feel like the thing is, I'm pretty sure that what we'll see in El Camino is Jesse trying to deal with his struggles, his problems. I'd love for him to handle the problems with his parents, see them again, maybe. See how they reacted to learning that he's been a prisoner for so long. I really want to find that out, but I'm a sucker for these storylines. So yeah, but yeah, to at least hear about the kids, that'd be nice. And I know that we can't have 2 hours of just Jesse crying and dealing with his problems. So something's gonna happen.
Why not? What did you think about Todd overall?
Oh my God, he's such a psychopath.
I don't know if because his character was kind of similar with the one that the actor played, and
the actor is
what was the episode in Black Mirror again?
USS Callister.
USS Callister. Because they were similar, that he played them kind of the same because emotionally they were kind of at the same face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know I'm talking shit. But overall, Todd was a shitty character. Not the actor.
Not a
who played
shitty
it.
character, but I think his
No, but
character was perfect.
as a person, it was
Shitty
a shitty person.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like Todd was a perfect sociopath or psychopath. I cannot ever like differentiate the two, but I really love the fact that, I mean, we could argue that Gus was doing bad things for good reasons. We could argue that he was a strong character. Tuco was crazy. Crazy 8, I mean, I don't even remember Crazy 8, but these characters were vocal, you know? They were out there, and we knew they were evil, and they were doing bad things, and they were assuming these things, and they were living with them, and they were totally being okay with how they were handling stuff. Todd, he's doing crazy things, but then he acts so nice. I love this. It was totally different from everything else. It was totally different from all the other bad characters we saw. And yes, we could argue that Walter was the true evil of season 5, but I feel like Todd was a nice accessory to this. Whereas the others are clearly evil, and sometimes they assume that they're going to be intimidating and stuff. Todd is just not realizing that what he's doing is bad. It's just business.
The only thing that he wants is to get appraised by the one that is looking to his uncle and Mr. White. Because these two are like my goal and the crime business, basically.
You know, when I discussed Todd, I was like saying he grew up in a world of crime, of evil. So for him, crime and evil, that's his norm. That's the reality for him. It's not something that's so bad that, I mean, yes, I'm doing it, but it's because I have no choice. He never totally had a choice because he grew up with this. He grew up with his uncle, and his uncle was like this, and he I mean, to him, that's just the way he is. So it's just business. Yes, it's unfortunate, but it's business. I don't even think he knew that what he was doing to Jesse was bad.
Todd was like, Mr. White, somebody put a machine gun in the back of your car.
I'm not even surprised. That could have totally been what he was going to say. He was not someone, I mean, he was not very bright. Let's say it like this. Like, he was not the brightest bulb there was, but I think that he could never, he didn't know that Walter was going to try to kill them all, and he did not even think of the possibility, because in his mind, they did nothing wrong, so why would he try to kill them?
Find someone who looks at you like Todd looked at Lydia.
Oh.
Someone's going to bring me stevia. Why not?
That was creepy. That was really creepy. I'm
Yeah.
actually glad she's gone too. Like she was
Oh my
dangerous.
gosh.
She was in it for herself and her children, her daughter. So, but I mean the way she went away, like the way she was killed, finally using the rice then. Yes.
That dim rice.
Hello
Been
from Canada, I guess.
Been there from season 1 and still there in season 5.
Todd is totally like Dexter. I never saw Dexter, so I don't know.
I've seen a bit of Dexter. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, was he a sociopath?
Sociopath, yeah.
Dexter? That's a show that I want to see. That's a show I've been thinking about reacting to. You know how it ends though, so
Well, kinda.
I've heard about the ending of Dexter several times. I just don't remember. I just know it. Some people were saying it's shit, so I don't know. But there's a big chance I eventually will react.
I wonder if Lydia actually loved Todd. I don't think she did. I think that she just saw him some kind of business partner who was kind of clinging to her.
I think she loved what he could give her.
Yeah.
Possibility for more meth, possibility for more money. In her mind, it was just business.
She looked like the type of woman who would love to have like a CEO type of husband. So Todd wouldn't fit in that category, in my opinion.
Yeah, Lydia didn't love Todd. She loved the blue meth. Exactly. That's exactly
She's dreaming of blue men in tuxedo.
Todd, I mean, if she could have she tried to get rid of Todd several times when it got too dangerous. She didn't even think twice about saying, our deal, it's over. And then he said, it's 92%, and then 96%. She's like, okay.
Come on, say more. What did you got for me?
Oh,
damn.
I know it could be a joke, but I don't think they actually did anything together. Because if they actually did anything, Jesse would have been dead. No need for partnership. No need for anything.
True.
The reason why he kept trying to make good meth was to get in Lydia's pants, and it never happened. Would you want to be like with Todd? I don't think so.
Better Call Saul reactions to come through. I know a lot of people are probably asking that, but I haven't heard it. If you are or not.
Yes.
Conroy, yes, we are doing Better Call Saul. Maybe not this week or the next, but pretty soon. So
yeah.
Stay tuned.
Basically, what our schedule is going to be like. This week, we're doing the live. We're doing this right now. Then I'm going to do the editing for the teaser for El Camino. And then I have the bloopers. And next week, we'll do like tribute videos and stuff that you guys recommended. And then the week after, we're starting Vikings and Better Call Saul. So it's coming. Making it official. I'll repeat it as many times as you want me to repeat it. I don't really care, but there you go.
Are you thinking about reacting to Chernobyl?
Yes. I know it's been a while. That and also Black Mirror. These shows, they've been here, in the back of our minds,
whispering, "Watch me," and we know we need to watch them, but we don't find the time to do it.
Yeah, that's the thing. This summer has been so crazy, both with work and personal issues. Yeah. The schedule has blown up. Like some of you might have noticed that I did not publish a single schedule in a couple of weeks now, and it's because everything is so messed up right now. Like we've been through a lot these past few weeks, and it's not been always easy. So right now we're just trying to go back on schedule. We're just trying to get our bearings and go back on I can speak. Sorry. We're trying to do the shows that we're already doing and be back on schedule with them. Then after that, we want to work on new shows like Chernobyl and other stuff. Yeah, Black Mirror. So no worries, it's coming. We know it's taking some time, and we're sorry about that. Like I said, these past few months have been so crazy, stuff that we could not control, but we'll do this. We'll do this.
I think Todd also kept Jesse alive because he wanted to both him and Walt to like him. I don't know for you, but I think that for Jesse at the end, I think that he tried to keep him alive and use it as a med slave, because he wanted to be like I said. I do believe that he looked up to his uncle and to Mr. White. So by having Jesse as a med slave, he was above him, just like Walt was technically. So he was kind of putting himself in Walt's shoes. Do you get what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say?
yeah. He was in a position of power. With his uncle, he was always tagging along. He had nothing to his name. He could not he could not brag about anything. But then this business of his, like I know some people were saying online, when you read fan fictions, and I love how they say this. You've got the uncle saying to Todd, "This is your business. This is your deal. I have no say in what's gonna happen here. You say what we do with this kid." So basically, keeping Jesse was kind of a personal victory to him. He was in a position of power, and he was the new Eisenberg, kinda. He was not the one doing the meth, but he sure was responsible for that blue stuff being out on the street. So he felt that he finally was worth being part of the gang, I feel like. And it's awful because a part of me wants to say, I mean, this kid never really had a choice. He was trying to make his uncle proud.
It's not because you grew up in the crime world that you don't have a choice to try to get out. It's hard, but it's not impossible to do so. I hope that Hull is in El Camino. I do hope to.
Who?
Hull? Did I say?
Cool?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I think he's still in that house waiting for them to come pick him up.
Can I go out now?
Chernobyl, I mean, in the next couple weeks, we might have some time to do a couple episodes. We'll do our best.
Am I the only one to notice that all TV shows that have a racist uncle and a crazy son? No. I noticed too. Basically, TV shows want to coach cases like of a loving father, loving mother, rich parents, rich family, poor family, kids with a disability,
Orphan principal character.
Yeah, orphans.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to have these cases checked to make sure that you have every possible outcome that you can come up with in your series.
The thing is,
and sometimes it's weird.
With TV shows and movies, there's a thing called the recipe that works. And in Hollywood, you see a lot of that. Like the reason why there are so many movies I mean, it's the same. Movies are always the same.
Hollywood recipe, yeah.
The Hollywood recipe. I'm not saying it's the same with the TV shows, but usually when a movie comes out and it works, people are saying, well, if that one works, I just have to do the same with a slightly different story and it's going to work too, because people, that's what they want. Back in the day, I know orphans were the shit. Like people loved orphans because they could relate sometimes. They could love them, pity them. They were adorable, and that's why we had so many orphans as main characters. Harry Potter is one example. So it was the recipe that worked. So
maybe because we grew up with Disney, and Disney, every damn kid is an orphan. That's why we love orphans.
Yeah, that's enough. That's a perfect example of a recipe that works. So yeah. Hugh's Rules. They even got the actor. Really? A parody? Okay, I'll try to check that out. I love it when actors are in for parodies. That's good.
Top 5 hated Breaking Bad characters on the show.
Top 3 what?
Hated characters.
Hated?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's as hard as favorite characters. Wait. I don't hate anyone. Todd. I hate Todd. I think he's a great character, but I hate Todd.
Yeah.
So Todd, his uncle. He's funny, but I hate his uncle because he killed Hank. Lydia. I hate Lydia. She's a bitch. She's a prick. I hate her. There you go.
I would say the previous car wash owner.
His eyebrows. His eyebrows are a character of their own. I hate his eyebrows. Fuck you and your eyebrows. Yeah. The eyebrows.
Hey, I love your Breaking Bad skin.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to remember it. The fake beard was sketchy.
10 characters from Breaking Bad are set to read. Oh, really? Oh, I can't wait. Seriously.
Nice.
This is one thing I loved about our timing. I feel like we got really lucky we decided to do Breaking Bad kind of out of the blue. Like we thought, this show, we wanted to see it for a while, so we decided to do this and it won the poll. Yeah. But then to finish it literally a couple weeks before the movie. We're so freaking lucky. So yeah. I'm still in the hype, and this movie is coming at just at the right time, so it's going to be perfect.
Chris, what is your thought on Stranger Things?
Damn it!
Sorry if we didn't see your comments sooner.
Stranger Things. I saw season 1. That's it. I really want to watch season 2 and season 3 though. When I watched Stranger Things, I saw it in one night. Like I binge watched it. I love the callbacks to the 80s. I love the music. I love the concept of it. The actors are funny and really, really good. So it's a perfect show. It's something I really enjoy. But she doesn't. That's why we're not watching
No,
it.
I did not really feel attached to the first season.
I mean,
Yeah, it was a great concept, but overall, sorry.
I guess I don't know for you. I love the 80s. I love the 80s vibe from Stranger Things. I love the callbacks like I said. So that's a huge plus for me. I don't know if you're as attracted to the 80s as I am.
80s?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Okay, so
Of
that's
course
not
I
why.
am.
I think then it's just that you're not attracted to the story.
It's just the story that I'm not.
Yeah. But it's a really
And
good
11.
show.
11 seemed odd to me.
She changes. It's a good
She
show.
grew hair. That's what she did.
I feel like Stranger Things to me is almost like Walking Dead. It's the type of show that when I'm sitting in front of my TV and watching it, I'm totally in it. Like I love it so much and I cannot stop watching. But then I'll finish a season and I'll wait 2, 3 months, 2 years sometimes. Like that's what happened to me with Walking Dead. And I'll be like, it doesn't hurt me that much that I'm not watching anymore. Like I'm not, I don't want to see what's gonna happen this bad. So I'm okay with not watching it. But then I'll start watching it again and then the love is gonna come back just as strong. So I think it's the same with Stranger Things.
Oh my god. Original. Melissa, give a chance to season 2 and 3 to Stranger Things. It was amazing.
It's difficult for her. Yeah.
I'll try. Okay, I'll try.
Sometimes when we do, especially when it's for a reaction, because when we watch shows on our free time, I mean, we don't really care if we love it or hate it. But when we watch something for a reaction, if we have the slightest thought that we might hate this or we might not enjoy it as much, we'd rather not do it because we want to finish every single show we start for this channel, and we don't want to force ourselves, or we don't want to make this not genuine. That's one thing that I noticed when I'm editing our Breaking Bad reactions or every other reactions we've been doing these past few weeks. The love for these shows is there. Like sometimes some people might say we overreact, but I
No.
swear we're not.
No.
It's totally
You
genuine.
need to see us watching some show like IQ with a Japanese show about volleyball.
Or Mr. Robot.
Yeah, we're bouncing on our seats in our
Mm.
living room, literally.
Yeah.
So.
We love these shows so much and we get invested a lot. That's why we end up crying like crazy when Hank dies or when Walter dies. So let's just to finish this, I feel like if we have the slightest clue that we might not enjoy it, we'd rather not do it on screen, but in our own time. So just to be sure that we keep this genuine and exciting for you and for us. So I mean, yes, I will watch Stranger Things, but not on camera.
Do you guys think the aid directed to Anna Gunn was unfair? Yes.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people can hate an actor for doing a job.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know that some fans really hate the actor who played Joffrey in Game of Thrones,
Mm.
and I cannot understand that. Yeah, you can hate the character, but why hated the actor for doing a magnificent job?
Some
Really?
people, I mean, it's sometimes actors are so good at playing these characters that you have a hard time, and some people just don't see it, but they don't distinguish the actor from the character. They're the same. We talked about this when we watched Game of Thrones, but remember, there's a French-Canadian movie called Aurore l'Enfant Martyr. I don't know if they ever translated that in English, but
No, but they got subtitles. On
yeah,
YouTube.
the movie is on YouTube with English subtitles, but Aurora, it's a true story, something that truly happened here, and it's about a little girl whose mom died, and she got stuck with her dad and her stepmom, but the stepmom really wanted the children gone. Like, she killed her own children, and then she made her suffer a lot. Like, she went through torture and years, right? It was years? How long was she with her? Months or years?
Months.
Months?
Not
Yeah, she
years.
survived for a few months with her. She went through hell. It was horrible. And the community did nothing, and the stepmom ended up killing her. And after that, she went to prison, but nothing could be done for that poor kid. And they did a movie about that. They did two movies. One a whole movie, an old movie, and one more recently. I think it was done in 2004. And
Yeah.
the actress who did the stepmom did such a great job at portraying that woman that she got stoned. People were throwing stone
And the
at
first
her.
version, yeah.
And I mean, in the newest version, like the one in 2004, she was yet again, people were hating her. They were, calling her names and stuff. Some people get so involved in storylines and stories and shows that they don't distinguish the actor from the character, and that's why they get hate. But even knowing this, I don't understand why Anna got so much hate. Like, I got frustrated at her when she cheated on Walt, but then after that I calmed down and I went like, but she's trying to get a divorce, so what's going on? Why are people...
I would have been mad for her to try to cheat on him when she was still kind of happily married with her husband. But at the time of the show, she didn't want to be with a husband who was a med dealer, and she was to have her own life and have some place safe. And she tried to have something with her boss. I mean, yeah, before that, when she got the hitches for her boss, when she was still happily married with her husband,
yeah, but
it was wrong. But then,
it doesn't justify like death threats and stuff.
yeah,
I feel
no.
like, I don't know, people were rooting for Walt so much, and she was the obstacle to his greatness. Like, she was the one stopping him from doing everything he wanted. And I feel like because they loved Walter so much, they ended up hating Skyler. When we watched the show, we always tried to, be the devil's advocate. Sometimes during the episode, we would be saying like, fuck you, Walter, I hate you, I want to punch you. Yeah, I did say stuff like that. But then after that, when I calmed down, I would be saying like, yeah, but even though I'm mad at him for what happened, I can say that he's not totally responsible. I can say that that's why he wants to do this. He's got his reasons. Every character in this show is just good. They all have a bad side and a good side. So it's really hard to decide whose fault is it that everything happened. But Skylar, I feel like she was more a victim.
That. Sorry.
What?
That was an innocent bystander. The not bystander, he can't stand. You're so evil. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's true that she kind of flirted with it even before the show started. So,
Yeah,
well,
Skylar.
maybe not. He tried to flirt with her, and I think that's the reason why she quit the first time.
Yeah, but let's be honest. People don't hate Skylar because she slept with her boss, right? Right? That's not the reason. I feel like, some people just, like I said, some people just hate her because she was stopping Walter from doing his stuff. But
Yeah. True.
and in the end, when she was like, oh, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm in it. Let's kill Jesse. I'm not for that. I don't agree with her, but I can understand why she would say, what's one more death? She's emotionally drained. So, yes, when I heard that she was one of the most hated characters there was, and she got death threats, I did not understand why. I actually never hated Skylar. I never thought she was annoying either, so she was not my favorite, but I never understood, and I will never understand why the hate. I'm actually excited to see what my friend is going to think of Skylar. See if he hates her too, and if he does, we'll talk about this, because I want to understand.
I hated Skylar in Crawl Space, and I hate her because she was so annoyingly petty.
It's her personality.
But true, I think that if we talk about personality wise, her and Mario are kind of the same level for me for how much I appreciate them, because yes, they tend to pick on my nerves a lot of time. They got their moments, I admit, but sometimes kind of yeah, I want to slap them really, really hard sometimes, if you know what I mean.
When we started the show, I hated Hank for his personality. Just like I could have hated Skylar because of how she acted with everything. But then it's not really about loving a character for his personality. It's loving the character for the journey he takes and what he goes through. That's how I see it. That's why Hank has become one of my favorite characters. So I'm never going to judge a character for his personality, but yes, it can dictate which character I love most to begin with and which character I hate most to begin
Yeah.
with. I did not love Marie when I started the show. I did not love Hank, like I said. Skylar, I had no opinion on her. Like, I thought that at first when she started guessing that something was going on, I thought that she was still doing nothing, and I hated that. Like, she could have reacted way sooner in the show, but then I could also understand why she was not doing anything. And so, I mean, her character is just complex, and I feel like even though she's an amazing actress, she did not bring to the table as much as Aaron and Brian, which could have led us to believe that she was not as good.
Maybe.
So, I mean, sometimes to see her as like the main character doing stuff because it's her episode, we would end up being more frustrated that we did not see the other two guys. So she just had the shitty job, I feel like. She had the shitty role.
Mary was the most annoying character on the show. Someone had to say it, and Hank is the best. I agree with you for the beginning of the show because yes, I did believe that Mary was a bit mean person. She didn't appreciate her husband as much. She was kind of more
She was annoying.
using him, and she was all superficial and appearance and stuff. But when Hank got shot in season 2, right?
No, 3?
When he got shot, basically,
Yeah.
she had to make a stand and be there for him and help him find his confidence back and help him through his journey to be able to walk again. And she grew as a person, and I love her for that because she changed and she was more. We can more related to her after that.
You know, I think the annoying thing with Marie is that she never had to deal with anything. She never dealt with her problem for a kleptomania problem, for her
Yeah.
stealing. She never had to face anything for that. She basically never, you say she changed, but I don't think she did. Not that much.
Well,
She's been going through problems,
She
but
changed a bit. We can see that she changed a bit from the start of the show and the end of the show. Maybe not as much as the other characters, but she changed a bit. Of course, I would have loved to see that she got help for her kleptomania problem, and that she.
not help. Just deal with it. That's like, it's almost like they forgot about that. Like, I feel like Marie was just there to exist, and they didn't push her character that much, which could be why some people think she's the most annoying. I see Attack on Titan season 4. Attack on Titan is difficult for us to decide if we want to do a reaction for this because we've read the manga, so we know what's gonna happen. Of course, it's not the same, but since we've seen like seasons 1, 2, and then we read the manga for the rest of the series, we just don't know. We have to talk about this. We might react to season 4. You say it's the last one. I didn't know it was gonna be the last one, but there's a chance. It's just not official yet, so we'll see.
She buried Hank with his minerals.
Oh shit! As long as she didn't say it was rocks, I mean, okay.
He realized Hanks with his beloved rocks. Minerals! Sorry, minerals.
Westworld with Aaron, 8 episodes. Is it the last season? I don't know. I thought it might not be.
What?
There's always.
Speak your mind.
Hey, there's only gonna be 8 episodes in season 3 of Westworld, but is it the last season? 4th and final season for Attack on Titan, yeah. But Westworld, I don't know. If there is more seasons, there's a chance that he's gonna come back for season 4. If not, I'm gonna make the most of the 8 episodes we get with him. I mean, apparently he's doing a comeback, El Camino and Westworld season 3. Like, I'm gonna be happy with what I get. I'm not gonna spit on Aaron Paul. I love him.
Yeah.
I love seeing him on screen. So
I saw it there. What was your best episode in the series?
oh, it's an impossible question.
Okay, maybe not best episode, but what was the best moments from season 1 to
It's
season
even
5?
worse. It's even worse. Like, I loved so many moments in this show. Gus's death was cool. I think Felina is my favorite episode.
Hank's death, Selena, the first time that Heisenberg made an appearance on screen.
Yeah, with
when
the
he would
bomb.
blow every Tuco's office.
Yeah. I really love Peekaboo. I really love the episode where we get to meet Jesse's family, just because it's great character development. I love this. I enjoy The Fly. I mean, it's impossible. I mean, some people were mentioning episodes in the comments for Felina, and I was like, yes, yes, every episode you just mentioned, all of these, they're perfect. Crawl Space was cool. Half Measures, Full
Yeah.
Measure, Mike's
Yeah.
Death, Tortuga was cool too.
Yes. Oh,
So many
no.
episodes. It's impossible. But I'll say Felina because everything came to an end. It was done perfectly. It was like, yeah, the most amazing thing I ever saw, I think. So.
Need to make a brand called Hank's Mineral Water. Oh my
I mean, he's
gosh.
not doing his beer bottles anymore, so why not start with the mineral bottles? The
Why
mineral
not?
water. Let's go.
Who was worse, Hector or Gus? Worse in terms of morality.
Morality?
Yeah,
Hector or Gus?
yeah. I think it would be hands on Hector.
Hector.
Yeah.
He's willing to drown one of his grandchildren to teach them a lesson. I mean, I'll say about Hector one thing. He had his rules. He knew, and he went by them, and he never strayed from these rules.
We
Ever.
kind of say that Gus too went by his rule now. I think.
Yes, but I mean, they're
Mineral beer.
it's hard to say. I think they're both the same. That's why they hated each other so much. They were so similar and yet so different. Both characters were amazing. They were just awesome as villains. So it's kind of poetic to see them go together. So yeah, I don't even know if I enjoyed one more than the other. I think I enjoyed Gus more, but it's because we saw more of him.
True.
Yeah.
Maybe if we see more of Hector's past as when he was with all his capabilities, that would be something for us to
Yeah.
maybe like him more, I guess.
Hector was the reason for everything bad happening to him. Yeah, it's true. He made that decision. Like in his case, he was not unlucky. Like he decided to join that cartel and he decided to live that life. But Gus as well, unless we learn something about his backstory that tells us that he really never had a choice, I feel like he made that decision himself as well. So
Gus was a decent for a drug kingpin, better than Walter. The way I see it, Walter came in and ruined everything. He destroyed a perfectly built drug empire. I didn't know that Mike was in the discussion. Hi, Mike.
I feel like Gus was the better businessman, and Heisenberg Walter was more dangerous. Because if you went against Gus, he would still have, the decency to talk to you about this. And he would, try to solve the problem. And he ended up using violence only when he did not have a choice, when he felt like it was over and it went too far. As for Walter, though...
You won't listening. Bye-bye, you're dead.
Yeah, that's the difference. I think Walter is more emotional and more hypocritical and selfish. And Gus is all about business. So
He's able to put down his ego to make things right. And true that if you compare Gus to Walter, Gus was kingpin much more longer than Walter. For how many years did his empire was running compared to Walter? Walter, in not even a year, everything was dismantled.
True.
Eh?
True.
So yeah, Walter, you might be a mastermind criminal according to some, but as a drug kingpin lord, sorry.
It reminds me, since I watched with my friend episode 1 yesterday, when he went to Jesse and said, "You know the business, I know the chemistry." He should have stuck to chemistry. Yes, his empire grew strong really fast, but then it crumbled.
Everything went to flame really fast.
I feel like Walter was not ready to become the kingpin he became. He was a good chemist, so yeah, that's perfect, but he did not have... he had it in him to be really strong, but he went too fast. He was too greedy, because I feel like he knew he was going to die eventually, so he was kind of in a hurry. And he destroyed everything because of that. And Gus was the better drug lord.
Kingpin.
Yeah.
I saw someone ask us if we thought that Gus was gay.
I love the theory. I really love it. I did not think about this when it happened. when I saw him with his brother, his partner, I thought that it was genuinely like brother love. But then someone said in the comments that it was a theory, and I don't know if the actor is for the theory as well. But if he is, I'm
Well,
like,
if it is true or if it is not, both of the stories are great according to me because it's a great reason for Gus to seek revenge against Extra family and the Mexican drug empire. If they kill his lover, if kill his sort of brother, so someone that he took under his wings,
I mean, yeah,
that would be a reason for him to do
whether he was,
evil things.
if he was or if he was not, like, it's not yet, it's not the problem or it's not the issue or anything. I just love that, first of all, it's a possibility. I think it's nice. And if it is true, I love that they did not make such a big deal out of it.
Why would they make?
No, that's the thing.
Such a
Like,
big
don't,
deal
they
out
didn't
of
make it. They didn't make it like the center. They didn't focus on this, and I love this. It's actually something I've been. You know, when the LGBTQ plus community became really huge, and they started, you know, having it more included in TV shows and in movies. I'm all for it. But then they put the emphasis on it so much that it's almost the same as when they did not put the emphasis on it at all. When you put too much interest into something, it's like saying, oh, I mean, because they're who they are, they need to be put in the front and we need to look at them more because otherwise something bad is going to happen to us. I think it's just as bad as not paying attention to them. I mean, I feel like, you know, I saw something online about, and then we're entering the LGBTQ community discussion here, but I read something online about a mother saying, if my son ends up being gay, I don't want him to come out to me. I don't want him to say, you know, Mom, I'm gay, I have a boyfriend. I just want him to come into my house with his boyfriend and be like, that's my boyfriend. And I'll be like, cool, how did you meet? And that's good. Like, I feel like they should be treated like normal. And I love that if Gus is gay, good. It doesn't change his character. It doesn't change his importance, and it doesn't change how badass he was as a guy.
Are y'all a couple or just good friends?
Sisters.
We're sisters.
Yeah, we're sisters. Yeah, we're not gonna thread more into this this discussion because I mean some people can freak out.
Diversity is the new racism or sexism or whatever.
No,
I wouldn't say that much, but I do believe that, for example, in a series, a TV show, or even in real life, to define someone by his or her sexuality or by who they are loving,
yeah,
that person is not defined by sexuality. She's like, she's Joanie, I'm me. It doesn't matter who I love, it doesn't matter who she loves. It's not
yeah.
what am I as a person. It doesn't concern you. It doesn't. Well, yeah, it does concern me who I love, but then I'm not defined by it.
Yeah.
It's like in a TV show, you want to know a character for his ambition, for his goal, what he went through as a character,
Okay.
not who is banging.
You said it best. I like that Gus is not defined by whether or not he's gay or straight. He's gonna be badass at the end of the day anyway. So that's that. I'm a fan of the theory anyway. So why was Jack's gang racist? I mean, they never did or said anything racist. I wonder if the gang was censored. Did anyone say they were racist? They were neo-Nazis because of all their tattoos. That I know that's how they define them, but
on the basic neo-Nazi or again aren't anti-Semitic,
I don't-
they're pro
the tattoos.
powers of stuff.
I don't remember them saying anything bad, but then again, I did not see them interact with anyone that could have gathered these comments.
Maybe they
so-
were, but they didn't say a thing about it.
Gil and Gus together.
I ship it. I ship it.
Could have. I mean, I could have shipped it too, to be fair.
I can see Gus dating Gail.
But yeah,
Gotta
I mean,
cook met for me,
yeah,
right?
them being Nazis means they're racist. Because
Yeah.
makes sense. So yeah, but yeah, I think it's just that we did not see them interact with anyone that went against their idea of the perfect human
That's
being.
a good thing because they didn't say much, but we kind of figured it out because of the tattoos. It's the details that counts.
Anyway, someone quoted Jesse's phone number. Here you go. Yo, what? You're Jesse today. Can you read that? Yo, 1-843 to the 3 to the 6 to the 9. Representing the ABQ. What up, biatch?
Learn to the phone. Oh, damn.
Yeah, the tattoos and stuff, they were pretty bad people. I mean, that aside, they were pretty bad people, especially if they're okay with just showing these tattoos to the world. Like, the Uncle Jack, he had it on his, was he the one who had it on his neck? This was that symbol on his neck. He's the one who had it there, right?
Yeah.
So if you're willing to have that on your neck, you're totally assuming who you are and what you believe in. So I mean, I don't respect that at all, and I don't have any shame that they met their hands. So,
yes, Todd's family were Nazis. I remember thinking, what if Walter's legacy ended up with people thinking he was a Nazi because he was found in their lab?
I don't want to say the police is too dumb to piece it together. They can find Walter's fingerprints on the wheel of the car he was driving, the one with the machine gun in his trunk.
So they might understood that he was the one to.
They are gonna be able to piece together that he was hit by the same bullets as the other guys, and he was not found with them. So there's a good chance they're gonna be able to understand that he walked away from this and he was just a casualty. I don't think they won't find his. Some people did say that he touched the material in the lab to put his fingerprints on it, so that the cops would say he was the one cooking and not Jesse. But I'm pretty sure that Jesse's fingerprints are all over the place compared to Walter. So I don't think that's what happened. But they can piece it together. They can understand what went on. He was seen in that car. He was seen, and the fingerprints, the gun in the trunk, they are going to be able to understand. So I don't think they will say he was a Nazi at all. I mean, as much as I hated what Heisenberg became, I don't want him to be blamed for stuff that he didn't do or stuff that he wasn't. So I'm going to have faith in the police system and say that they are going to piece it together.
I think Skylar will clarify a drug dealer is bad enough, but a Nazi. Well, I think that she might try to put things straight with people if they have questions. Was your husband a neo-Nazi followers? No, my husband was just a drug dealer, not a
Sadly
neo-Nazi.
though, I fear that no one is really gonna listen to Skylar. In situations like this, it's not unheard of to put the wife in the same basket as the husband, and I don't know how much power Skylar has over the opinions of the many. I'm gonna hope that everything is gonna work out for them. I don't want them to live under the shadow of Heisenberg for the rest of their lives, especially if they start thinking that he was like the ultimate evil Nazi meth dealer and stuff. But let's hope that. I mean, from what I heard from the El Camino trailer, because yes, so someone was asking again, we did watch it, and I feel like even though they're looking for Jesse, they could still piece together the fact that he was there because, I mean, he was enslaved. He was used as a cooking slave for their meth lab.
But according to the trailer, it seems so that at least people kind of understood that.
Yeah, they pieced that together. And if they could piece that together, I hope they also pieced the fact that Walter was not there because he was part of the gang, but because he wanted to take out the gang. This could also lead them to understand what happened to Hank. With what he told Skylar, she can help them understand that the gang was responsible for Hank's death, and so people could see that, yes, Walter went back to avenge his brother-in-law. I'm sure some people will see this as, oh, no, he was part of the gang. Like, in the society, when they hear the news about what happened, they will be like, no, he was the ultimate evil, and he deserved what he got. But other people will think rationally and be like, yeah, he was a victim and stuff. Like, it's gonna be two opposites and two extremes, but we'll have to see.
What did you think about the shot and the score for the show?
Oh, I loved it. Every single choices they made for the music was perfect. That last song they used for the last episode, oh my god. I have it on my cell phone, actually. 2 minutes after we recorded the reaction, I went on YouTube, found a song, and added it to my playlist. I've been listening to it. Seriously, the music is great. Everything they did, like, I just love it. I love a good score. that's part of the reason why a show can be so good. Without good music, a show can still be pretty good, but that's like the cherry on top. And yeah, Breaking Bad delivered.
I think the confession tape are still in Jack's compound, the one that JC made. I don't know if they destroy it though, because that's evidence against Todd, basically.
Yeah, that's the thing. They enjoyed watching Jesse squirm and cry, and they were making fun of him, which could lead them to keep it for a while. But then, as soon as they heard that he was basically selling Todd out on this tape, it became evidence against them. Now the question is, were they confident enough that no one was ever going to be able to stop them or arrest them to keep the tape? Or were they intelligent enough to destroy it as soon as they heard that Todd's crime was described in it? So I'm going to say maybe they destroyed it, but for Jesse's sake, I kind of hope they did not, because that's the only... Well, Marie can also say that he helped Hank out, but that could work in Jesse's favor. Like proof that he helped the DEA and that he told them their story, his story.
You guys are special because I have to get my grandma to pretend not to be on your Patreon. Oh my gosh, thank you.
Dude, thank you so much. You don't have to though. Every support we get from you guys, we enjoy. Like a comment on YouTube, a like on one of our videos, just you being here to talk to us.
Just your support when we went through hard time is really appreciated.
We appreciate everything you do. Like, you guys are awesome. If it was not for you, we would not do everything we do. All the work we have to do, that's all for you guys, and we're really happy to do this. So thank you. Just thank you.
Oh.
Ladies, do you think Sky and Marie were able to mend their fences? I think they might after she lost Walter White. I think that them both losing their husband was something that might have reconnected them. They were not responsible for their husband's death, and they could relate through that grief. I think just the fact that Marie called her sister and was like, we heard that your husband was in town. Just do everything you have to do in order to stay alive. She still cares about her sister, and I feel like after Walter died, that could have been the push they needed to start being sisters again. It'd be sad if another tragedy struck the family. Like, they don't need to be even more broken.
Oh. They watched Jesse Settle kill Drew Sharp, and they found that one extremely funny, and Todd liked how Jesse described him. He might have kept the one to help his ego.
Maybe Todd kept it. That's an interesting theory. Yes, he did smile in the back because Jesse kind of saying that Todd killed the kid. That was like, yeah, that was my personal victory. Hey, I love that.
I kill children. I'm a badass.
Todd would be Todd would be stupid enough to keep the tape.
He would be stupid enough to put it on a pedestal in his chamber and his bedroom with candle everywhere.
No, but seriously, kind of as a trophy to remember his what he did and to remember his moment,
his glory.
And I mean, he was keeping the guy as a prisoner in a hole, so to see him destroyed on tape, that's like, I have power over this guy. So I feel like Todd might have kept it. It's interesting.
I don't want to. I know I do want to step on Todd a bit, but there's no glory to kill a child.
Oh no,
whatsoever, even in the crime world. Sorry,
Todd does not think like we do.
Oh,
he's a person all of his own. Like he has this world in his head that he thinks is okay to kill a kid because it's just business. But
how many Netflix adaptations have been good? As in anime adaptation, you mean?
None.
Because I know we've seen a bunch of it. Like we see. Oh no, we didn't see. Sorry, we saw a couple of anime adaptation, but the Japanese version. The only USA adaptation we saw was Dragon Ball Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna talk about that mistake of a movie. I don't want to watch the Death Note.
Yeah, but Dragon
Netflix
Ball
version
was
too.
not a Netflix adaptation. I heard that Death Note was terrible, and I haven't seen the Bleach one.
There's the Fullmetal Alchemist that we didn't see too because we were watching the series at the same time.
We heard so much bad stuff.
Oh, good night.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, no. I've been meaning to watch what? Sorry. I'm trying to go back to your comments. Okay, I saw something here. I think Holly grows up to be a drug lord from her dad's
Oh,
reputation.
definitely. Definitely.
She's gonna grow up messed up, that's for sure. I think Walter Jr. might have more problems in the long run because, first of all, he's got a disability, so he's already standing out a lot, and now his dad is Heisenberg, so there's a good chance that
Plus, it's not Spanish. It's from
it's My Hero
My
Academia.
Hero Academia. That's their motto. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I fear that Flynn might go through the most trouble right now.
Netflix Sensei is terrible. I believe you. I've seen it.
Oh, really? I saw it happen. Like, I saw it existed, but I've been meaning to watch the old ones, but I cannot find them anywhere. I've been trying, and it just does not exist anymore. So I don't want to watch the adaptation they did because it looks terrible. It looks really bad visually. So
Avatar: The Last Airbender is the greatest animated show of all time, in my opinion. And Shyamalan made an awful movie afterwards.
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
He did.
I laughed the whole way through. I watched this movie in the
My
theater,
heart.
and I was like, what is this shit? I agree. A lot of people are talking about Avatar. We grew up with Avatar. It's probably one of my favorite shows, animated shows, and it's perfect. Just like Breaking Bad, actually, it ends perfectly. Everything has an ending, and what did not have answers, I mean, they followed through with the comics and stuff. So it was a perfect show, and that movie was just
You
horrible.
can't rush an entire first season of a series and one single movie. You just can't. You can't. Where's the birds at? Can't you see that you have shaven now? Yes. Sorry, we went a regular day for a skit. We didn't shave for a couple of weeks.
I
for
swear
that.
though, I swear, I love acting. Like, I love acting difficult characters and troubled characters and stuff. But acting with all that shit on was impossible.
She couldn't even move her eyebrows.
I could hardly move or talk or do anything. Like, I couldn't move my eyebrows and frown or something. Like, it was so awful. Because I had the bald cap, and first of all, it was glued to my skin. So when I moved, I could feel it, and I was so afraid. Like, I have this, when I glue stuff to my face like this, I end up not moving much because I'm afraid that it's gonna unglue, like it's gonna fall
yeah.
off. So there's this reaction of not moving, and then I had the paste that I used to kind of cover up the bald cap, the seam. And that too was kind of pulling on my eyebrows and stuff. And then the beard, it's like several hair glued to your face, and you feel every single one of them, and it's itchy, and it's like it doesn't move and stuff. So you're like trying to act, and your face is frozen, so you end up being like, I am the danger, dude. It's impossible, and you're trying to look mean or something. So I'm trying to lower my face a little bit, but I can't move my eyebrows. So I'm like. It was awful. But yeah, that's the side story.
Are you guys gonna do a reaction to El Camino, the movie?
Yes.
I mean, yes, I can't wait for the movie to come out.
Just
really.
like with the show, we'll have like the 10 minutes reaction because we can't do more on YouTube, and some people on Patreon have also asked me for the full length. So yes, it will come out. We'll do this. I just can't wait.
Did you girls watch Legend of Korra as well? Now that will be some great reaction.
I actually have it right here. Yeah, I have it. I started it. I watched almost all of season 1.
I watched all seasons.
You watched it all, right?
Yes.
I watched.
Sorry,
season
because we
1,
grew up
but-
with Avatar: Last Airbender, so when Legend of Korra came out, I just jumped on it. Not as good than Avatar: Last Airbender though, but still pretty a good show.
Netflix is making Avatar. Yes, Avatar and The Witcher. I have high expectations for Avatar, especially since it's the same guys, like the ones that did the anime. They're the ones working on the adaptation, so I have high expectations for that. The Witcher, I saw the trailer, the Comic-Con trailer, and I enjoyed it. But then before that, when I first saw, what's his name? The guy who plays him. I don't remember.
Calvin,
Superman.
Calvin, I don't know.
No, no, no.
The one who plays Superman.
Yeah, Superman. When I saw him with the costume and the wig on, my first reaction was, it looks like a bad cosplay.
It was the first shot, like
Yeah.
they did with for while Sonic fans were riled up, but like the first shot with the genie and Aladdin, they changed stuff for the final trailer.
Like they did with Sonic.
Yes, Sonic, it was a nightmare to begin with,
And
so
they
just
changed it,
Let's not
yeah.
talk about that.
But Andrew Cavill, Andy Cavill, I don't know. I'm still trying to think of his name. But anyway, yeah, I thought he looked bad to begin
Henry
with.
Cavill.
Henry,
Cavill.
thank you.
Thank you.
I thought he looked bad in the beginning, and then I saw the trailer, and it doesn't look that bad. So-
Gotta make it up.
Yeah, we might check it out.
Sonic could have used the bald cap. Yes.
Yeah. I actually like though what they changed, like the new concept they did for the animation. I love that they took the time to do this, because that movie would have been a flop. People would not have shown up to the theater to see that. It was awful. It looked so bad. Anyway, someone was asking about The Boys.
Please watch The Boys. I know that it's only on
Amazon?
Amazon though, but I will definitely watch it. I saw the trailer for the series. I know that Chase Crawford is in it and he played in Gossip Girl and stuff, but I really want to watch the show. So yes, we will watch it.
I didn't see anything about The Boys, so
Oh, you will. It's like every heroes in the series are kind of shitty heroes. They don't mind if they do bad stuff or if they end up with casualties. And one person whose girlfriend end up dead because of one who didn't care at all is going to take them down one by one. From what I saw. I don't know if it's true, but from what I saw, it looks like it. And I think it's gonna be awesome.
nice outfits. Thank you. It's our costumes for the intro we did.
Kinda.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Bates Motel? We didn't see it.
We saw the Psycho movie though, and I heard good reviews about Bates Motel series, so I might try to put it in our list.
I loved Psycho, the movie. I loved it a lot more than I thought I would love it. And I mean, I knew that it was going to be a great movie, but to love it this much, I was surprised. And I heard about Bates Motel, and I know the actor who plays in it, and he's good. Like I loved him as a kid, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to love him as a teenager, young adult. But a lot of people have been saying it's a good show. It's not in our immediate schedule, but I mean, we have a list. We have such a long list.
We have a list,
Yeah.
long list of show that we would love to watch that you propose to us. We don't know if should we just watch it now? Should we propose them on our Patreon for you to vote on a poll to which one we should react first and second after that?
I mean, eventually we'll do them all. Like, it's gonna take some time, but we will go through that list.
Do Breaking Bad and react to it again. Good morning.
I am watching Breaking Bad again with my friend. I know someone asked earlier, whose friend? Like, what friend is that? Who's your friend? You might know him. He's the guy that was in the Hunting of Hill House reactions.
Axel.
I know some people don't like him. I know some people really did not like how he reacted for the Hunting of Hill House series, but he did not see Breaking Bad, and it's gonna be just us two, me and my friend. So it's gonna be totally different. And from his reaction yesterday to episodes 1 and 2, I'm gonna love this. I'm gonna love watching this with him. So I'm really excited. He's gonna love this. My friend is he works with special case children, like people with disabilities and people with that have difficulties at school and stuff. And he's got the heart big like a building and stuff. Like his heart is in the right place, and he's gonna connect with these characters so much. So I'm excited for this.
Wait. The most scary part of Breaking Bad was when Maury gave Hank a handy.
The most scary part? I thought it was genius. I loved it. The comedy was great. Just like how she's starting this, and Hank is just like, not gonna work. And then she rolls them out of the room.
But it worked. It worked.
That was great. That was just great.
Just a question. Why do you hate Walter?
We don't. We don't.
We don't hate Walter. We hate what he does, but we don't hate him.
You know, funny enough, I started watching behind the scenes features and special features and stuff, and I remember hearing Bryan Cranston say, with Walter White, you can connect to him, you can love him, but then you can hate his choices. And I was like, that's it. That's me. That's exactly how I feel. I hate his choices, but I love the character. I mean, I cried for him in the end.
I'm surprised they didn't have Blue Heart Candy for the final reaction.
We didn't have time.
No, and I think I would have ate them all.
I mean, we've got clear ones. They're not candies, but we've got them.
I have my big blue Met in the back with me, guys.
I have my gas mask that I'm not putting on because it gives me headaches.
But candies, you're expecting too much of me, guys.
We didn't have time to prepare for this, but that's why we put on the outfits, because we thought it might be cool. Do a little throwback. So yeah.
When are you gonna post the second reaction with your friend?
I don't want to start it too early because the thing with my friend is I cannot see him much.
Yeah,
more than once per
week. We kind
week.
of live like an hour and a half from where you live.
Yeah.
So for us to find enough space time to go there and record everything, so we might wait for maybe 1 or 2 seasons to be done before showing them online.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I'm gonna do my best. Like, we recorded 2 episodes yesterday, and I know I'm meeting him next week to do a couple more, maybe finish season 1. I'm gonna try to at least finish, like you said, seasons 1 and 2, maybe be halfway through season 3 before I start. But then again, his reaction, I'm not gonna post like 3 times a week. His reaction might be once per week. Because, I mean, if people want to see our Breaking Bad reactions, the videos are already online. And in his case, if I go too fast, eventually I'll trip over my own feet. You know, I will catch up to our reacting schedule, and it will be terrible. So I might start it maybe in a month, maybe earlier, a little bit earlier than that. I'll do my best. We'll see.
Do you notice Walt taking on Gus and Crazy Ed characteristic?
Yes, he never stopped taking the crust from his sandwiches. And the Gus thing, like when he was barfing, he put the towel down. Even though he never saw Gus do this, he started doing this like Gus.
He was an old man, and it can hurt your knees when you bend down.
He learned a lot from all the evil he met in his life, and that's how he became Heisenberg.
Oh, thank you. You're the best, Chris and Amber.
Aw, thank you. You
Thank
guys
you.
are the best.
Sending love.
Aw. He was in Godzilla. I know.
He wasn't Saving Private Ryan.
Yes,
I saw that too.
Oh, he was so young. We did not recognize
He was
him.
missing an arm too.
Yeah, but in Godzilla, the guy who did the review about Breaking Bad, when I saw his video, he was like, he was the best part of Godzilla, even if he was there like for 5 seconds. So, I mean, this guy is just a good actor. I'm actually surprised I did not notice him before, but yet I did not watch Malcolm in the Middle, so I did not know him back then, so I don't know. I'm gonna start seeing him in a lot of stuff now and just appreciate him.
If you could only take one DVD box set to a desert island, would it be Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones? I would say
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad too.
A lot more stuff to analyze, and I think Game of Thrones is cool when you watch it, but then after that, I'd rather, read the fan fictions and just lose myself in the fandom.
Well,
But Breaking Bad, you rewatch it and you notice more stuff, and there's so much hidden in between the lines that I never grow tired of watching Breaking Bad. So Breaking Bad.
Mère Herbeuse again.
No, stop that.
Well, I mean, I think that I would prefer Breaking Bad too, just because on a scenario type of thing, Breaking Bad is less confusing than Game of Thrones, because you can get confused in the multi stories that happen on the show, like with Daenerys, Jon Snow, Arya Stark, Sansa Stark.
If you pay attention, not too much.
Yeah, but they kind of mixed everything up and they kind of lost their way somewhere. And the ending was meh too, so
You want us to teach you French? We could. Don't think it would be interesting, but we could. By the way, yeah, we're sisters. I saw the question pop up. You're not the first one. It's not offensive. You're not the first one who thinks we're a couple.
Can't you see the resemblance?
Get away from me. But no, yeah, we're sisters, so it's okay. You two still have so much to react to. Yes, Better Call Saul, Vikings, so much more. I agree. Like I said, the list is like non-stop. Like it's so long, and you guys, when we're talking about our favorite shows, every single time I'm like, oh yeah, we have favorite shows. Yeah, and then you're like suggesting stuff, like saying what your favorite shows are, and I'm like, I didn't see that. And I thought I was like a fan of TV shows.
Well, to be fair for us, though, we live in Quebec, and the US show kind of came late to us when we grew up.
True.
Like very, very late.
I actually I talked about this with Charmed Original, actually, who's right there. We talked about the TV shows that we grew up with. It was mostly French Canadian shows. It's only recently that TV shows that have been, playing in the US for years have started playing here. So, and it's because now that we can speak English, now that we can understand it, and now that we have the freedom of owning our we can choose our TV provider, and we have, control over our internet, we can go online and search for these shows. But before then, like I was actually really lucky to ever see Supernatural, because it was like one episode in French playing once every like 2 weeks, and it was on such an obscure channel.
Oh my gosh, I remember when we tried to buy Supernatural DVD box set in an HMV, and they were like maybe season 1 and 2, and only it was only in English. It was. Yeah, it was,
oh yeah.
The series wasn't really very that much popular in Quebec by then.
I mean, not to sound hipster, but I was saying like, I'm loving Supernatural, and everyone at my school was like, what? And like years later, they were like, oh my god, I'm loving this show, Supernatural, and I'm like, dude, I own like all 5 seasons, because back then it was only 5 seasons. So
yeah,
I'm like, I own all of them.
A lot of games, yeah.
But Sarah, how old are we?
I'm 23.
And I'm 25. So there you go. Yeah, we have like 14 or 16 months apart.
16 months.
16, yeah.
And 2 weeks, I guess.
If you cooked meth that changed to another color, what color would you like? I would never cook meth. Red, but I probably choose red.
I could have blue though, right?
You like blue?
I can steal Walter's meth recipe because blue is my favorite color, by the way.
Red is mine, so
but red. Maybe if I would use a color, I think that maybe purple would be a nice color.
Purple?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like red is like angry.
But I would have said like bright pink.
Brown.
Brown. You want to cook meth that is brown.
Jesse's meth is red because of the chili pea. Gotta have his chili pea. Yeah. Did you watch Walt and Jesse's full confessions? I watched Jesse's. I didn't see Walter's yet, but I'm planning to. Like I said, I've been watching a lot of extra stuff recently. I cannot stop watching Breaking Bad stuff. So, yeah, I watched Jesse's. That's exactly what a Met would say. Yeah!
We're to be watching the final season of Supernatural when it begins on October 10th.
I actually have to catch up.
Yeah, because we binge watch season 1 to 5, and we love season 1 to 5, like, religiously.
Yeah.
But after that, it's like, the first director of the show had his mindset on a story, and the story was for 5 seasons only. But after 5 seasons, the show went hyped so much that they continued with the show, and
they messed it up.
The story went kind of
astray.
Yeah. And sometimes they got good parts in it, like when Dean became a demon, but just for one episode.
No, it's not that the show is not good anymore. It's just that after season 6 of Supernatural, we kind of stopped following it. I tried watching season 6 and season 7. I didn't even finish it. Then when I heard that Dean what Dean went through in season 9, I think
Yeah.
season 9 and 10
With
after
the
that.
Karen Mark.
Yeah, all of that stuff. I went back to it. I watched the entire season, and I owned them all. Like I have all the seasons. One of them is not even open yet though. So yes, I will probably watch the last one because I mean it's still a show that is really dear to me.
We still
But,
love Jared and Jensen and Misha so much.
Yeah, we'll probably go and watch it. It's just that we'll have to catch up first. What do you guys do? And do we work a lot? Yeah, too much actually. She's a receptionist at a motel, and I'm a housekeeper in a hotel. So pays really well. And I mean, when we moved to Montreal, we needed a job that would not ask us to be like working 40 hours a week because of all the classes and stuff, and it got too much. Everything was too much. So with my job, I make pretty decent money, so
Yeah,
I can afford to work like 3 times a week maybe, or 4 times a week, and still pay for my bills and stuff. But then the only downside of my job is that during the winter there's just no job. There's nothing to do because no one goes on vacation after Christmas, so
Yeah.
I end up not working. That's actually why we started Patreon.
As for me, I do work 4 days a week. Well, 4 nights a week, because it's more easy for me to record stuff with my sister during the day when she's not working, even though that I need to work on the night shift. And after that, I got like 3 free days that I can maybe sleep sometimes, and
Sleep, yeah.
and I need to record all the time. So yeah, the week is pretty busy. Yeah.
And I mean, as much you're saying this is hard ass work, yeah. Your job, I mean, you're standing up the whole time and you're working during the night, so
Yeah, I need to deal with crazy customers all the time.
my work, I mean, someone would say, when I talk to my friends and I'm like, yeah, I do, I'm a housekeeper. I clean like 13 rooms in a day. They're like, easy stuff. Like, this is not hard. And I'm like, yeah, try to change 13 beds, holding the sheets and stuff, and doing this, and going on your knees and cleaning up stuff, and just it gets hard fast, and it's demanding. And then I get home and she has like 1 hour before she goes to work. So sometimes we're like, especially during the summer when it's overtime after overtime and we have to do the reactions too now, it gets really busy. Like I come back from work and we record something, and then she goes to work while I edit. Then I try to sleep a little bit. She comes back. I go to work. Then it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. But during the winter, it's pretty low. And these past few years, I stopped working in November, and I didn't start working till like full time till May, I think. So that's like I said, that's why we started Patreon, because we were basically sitting at our home being like, well, gotta pay for this apartment, gotta pay for our stuff.
I don't know if I need to be angry, but waifu practice?
I'll take that as a joke. Actually, no, because after you work in 13 rooms and cleaning and stuff, you come back home and you do not want to do any type of work. So no, it's not practice. It's actually depressing.
Everything has to be perfect in a timely manner. It hurts you.
You got only paid $7.25 for a housekeeper? Holy shit, dude. And yes, it hurts your back. Like I've been working with someone that, I mean, he didn't even work 1 year at our hotel, and then he did one wrong move, hurt his back. He had the surgery for this, and because the people at my hotel, they were like, dude, we need you. We kind of need you to start working again. So can you start working earlier than what your doctor said? And he was like, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. 12 checkouts. Checkouts are terrible because you have to change the sheets and you do the whole thing. When you do stayovers, rooms where people are staying for the night, it's not as crazy, but 12 checkouts, it's like, it's awful. He hurt his back again, and he had to, he's not working with us anymore. It's impossible. But $7.25,
In the
Dude.
US, housekeeping is the minimum wage plus tips.
Oh shit.
I know that in some part of the states, the minimum wage is like very, very low.
But I mean,
And
your minimum wage is lower than ours because our money is not as doesn't. Yeah, I mean, for us, like $10 is your $7, so that we might have the same minimum wage. It's just that our money is not as expensive as your money.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, stuff like that. But no, I'm not like I'm paid $23 an hour, so I'm paid really well compared to you, dude. I hope you don't work there anymore. Damn.
Does my housekeeper give me new towels or just refold the old ones?
We give you new towels, but I'm gonna give you a little secret.
Don't say that.
Yeah, why not? They don't watch this. So you guys, when you go in hotels, always take the not the duvet, but the cover, like the sheet that's on top. If it's not a sheet, take it off because we don't clean those as often. And if there are glasses, in your bathroom, actual glasses, not cups or stuff, and they're not in paper bags, don't use them because there are housekeepers who just put them on their hot water and then that's it. They don't clean them. So it happens.
Be careful.
I'm not saying we do this in my hotel, and I'm not mentioning the hotel. I'm just saying that I saw some crazy things, and don't use glasses and take away whatever that it's not. If it's not a sheet, don't keep it.
Thank God that you quit your job. Thanks. But I still don't believe why the minimum wage is still that even for us like $10 or $11 for minimum wage is still pretty low because how do you expect to make a living with your family with that kind of money? And I know that a lot of single mother, single father live with that.
And we got health care. I agree. We're really, really glad that we do. I mean, our system is shit, but at least it's free. So I'm actually I feel very happy that we were born here and that we have all these.
That's right. You don't make a living. You make a third. I would say a fourth of a living even.
Yeah. Someone asked what my tattoo means. It means courageous spirit. This is the kanji for courage, and I decided to add this one, which means brave person, brave spirit. So there you go. That's my tattoo.
That's why Walter White asked to sell meth.
Yeah, that's something my friend did say yesterday. Like, come live to Canada. It's a lot better. But no, we do have our advantages. It's not always perfect. Like, we have a friend who's dealing through. I mean, she has to deal with a lot of stuff, and even though healthcare is free, there are still things that she has to pay for, and it's pretty expensive. But I mean, I wouldn't even imagine her living in the U.S.
How much it would have cost if she didn't have all the help that she can get, even with it. I'm glad that I have a job that I can do in my pajamas.
It's actually, I mean, this is what we like about this. Like, we're at home, we can decide like when we want to record, and we can just stay comfortable. So if you can do a job where you're your own boss and you can just basically stay comfortable, you basically have it all. So be happy about this. This is the best.
Breaking Bad couldn't have happened in Canada.
Exactly, though. So are we really mad that he was not here? A Canadian Heisenberg? Sorry.
Sorry. With the stereotype, a boot and yay.
A boot
and yay.
He's not a blowfish. You're a moose. You're a moose. You're a beaver.
I'm a beaver. Yeah.
I'm a beaver. Yeah. Hey. Have you been to America? Yes, several times actually. We've traveled to a couple states. I've been to Florida, Virginia, New York, Boston. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. We're planning on going to a lot more states in the future. Like, we want to go to conventions in America because we love the conventions here, but there are not enough. So we want to travel to America more. I'm planning on going back to Florida very soon.
Why are you taking a boot?
Yeah. We don't say
a boot. I understand why people think that we say a boot.
But to be fair, though, we're French Canadians. So we don't... I mean, our English is basically American English with French accents.
I've heard English Canadian from Toronto speaking, and they don't say a boot. Really?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, America to us is it's a traveling place. Like we travel there to spend our what do you call it?
Vacation?
Vacation. Thank you. Like I was about to say vacances, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Vacation.
Yeah, we go there to just hang out. So to us, it's not home. We wouldn't say like, oh yeah, we've traveled through Canada just to have a good time because we don't see it as a vacation spot. So yeah,
Crawl Space is my favorite episode. What do you think of it?
I loved it. The ending of this episode, Walter and Bryan Cranston was incredible in that last shot. Jesus, that gave me chills. Like everything was going like one thing on top of the other, on top of the other. It did not stop.
You could feel the anxiety and the stress hyping up towards the end of the episode, and we don't have any more money, Walt. I gave everything to Ted.
Oh, that was just perfect.
Like you felt that they were screwed. They were screwed because they couldn't escape Gus.
Have you ever? Are you ever going to travel to Japan, or have you? We have not, but for a few months we've had like a plan on our board right there.
It's still there.
Like we are planning on doing this. It's just that right now we don't have the time or the money, but we're planning on doing this.
To set a booth in Winnipeg. Damn.
Well, not here, but I mean, we do say sorry though. Holy shit, we do say sorry. And apparently, like,
Too much.
you know, I've read somewhere that being in line is not something that everyone does. It's something that we do here, though. And I take that to heart. Like, if you cross me in a line, I will get mad.
Hey, get back in line.
Yeah. I remember one day I had this woman, you know, when you're waiting for the bus, we tend to just naturally stand in line, you know, one behind the other. And I was just at the end of the line, and there's this woman who goes at the end of the line, but she decides that I'm not part of the line, and she goes in front of me. I look at her, and I'm like, I'm sorry, the end of the line is right here. And she's looking at me, and she's like, well, if you say so. And she moves behind me, and I'm just like, rude. I got madly like angry at this. So I'm Canadian because yes, I care about lines. And I do say sorry when it's not my fault.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are really close. Yes, we are. We can have big quarrel, big times, but like
Then I said sorry.
30 seconds after that, we're on the couch watching TV together and nothing happened.
That's the perks of being sisters.
Yeah.
We get mad at one another, and then the next day it's okay. Everything's okay. So there you go. Canadian or Canadien. Minnesotan. Oh, hey, a Canadien. We're totally Canadien. French Canadian, so no Canadian. Canadien. Yeah, Canadien.
Amber, you're gonna get a bigger chair someday when my credits allow me to. I don't know why she went crazy and decided I'm gonna blow up my debt credit card and buy a chair.
Because I turned 25.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've seen people on YouTube with a gamer chair, and oh my god, I love the chair so much, and I want one. But I'm the type of guy who would say, I want to buy something, but I'm gonna wait like 3 months to buy it, and sometimes I'm gonna go crazy and I just buy it.
It's just, I mean, I just went crazy with that chair. To be honest, though,
Yeah.
I loved it when I saw it online, and then the actual reason why I bought one was because, are you okay?
Yeah. I'm outside of the thread. Don't line, jump here. You won't see tomorrow.
I totally feel you. Totally. But yeah, when I bought my chair, I have restless leg syndrome. So with my left leg, it's terrible when I record stuff. And the chairs that we use, like I used to have one just like her, they're pretty, I mean, they don't move, they don't allow for anything, and they cut the circulation to our legs when we sit on them too long. It got so annoying to record shows for several hours sitting on that thing. I would always like try to stretch my leg, and it got pretty bad. So to have a chair like this, I can just move around on and just stretch my leg and be okay with it.
Spin me right round,
No.
baby, right round.
But so it was for me, but it was also in order for me to be able to record more, and I just wanted a nice gift for my 25th birthday.
Have you, a girl, heard of a fellow French Canadian, Georges St. Pierre?
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah, I did. Which brings me back to actually another question. Do you lift? No, not anymore. We used to do a lot of sports when we were kids and teenagers. Then I moved to Montreal and it all stopped.
We moved to the big city and we
I
stopped moving.
swear. I swear though, we used to be pretty active. Like we did 1 year of no 2 years of patinage artistique, right?
2
Yeah,
years
high
of
skating,
figure skating.
figure skating,
We did
1 year of
1
natation,
year of
swimming.
artistic figures swimming. I don't know what's the real term for it.
Yeah, yeah, not
Um,
actual swimming, but you know the dances in the what's nage synchronisé in French, right?
Synchronized swimming.
Yeah, synchronized
Something like
swimming.
that.
1 year of that.
1 year of that.
1 year of tennis. 1 year of volleyball. 5 years of no, 4 years of
4 years of
karate.
karate.
3 years of badminton.
1 for me.
So and after that, no, yeah, we stopped with karate because when I moved to
Water
Montreal,
ballet. I don't think water ballet.
water
really?
ballet, you think?
Maybe, I don't know. You guys look like medheads totally.
Yeah, no, we're totally not.
You think I look like a medhead? You do.
No, we're like
But
furthest
yeah,
from that.
to answer your question, have we ever tried real meth? No, I don't know for you. I hope not for
No,
you.
no.
But I never tried any kind of drugs. No smoking, no weed.
You know when I was
My ex-boyfriend was doing weed when he was doing parties, and
synchronized swimming. I'm just
Ah,
kidding you,
okay,
but yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
but yeah, my ex-boyfriend was doing weed when his friend when he was partying, and I'm not against for someone that I know to do weed, but I won't ever try it.
When I was in high school,
Sorry, but yeah.
I had this teacher who said something like, I've never been fond of losing control of myself this much. Like I don't drink that often. I actually never got really drunk or anything. Like tipsy maybe, but drunk no. So drugs, no, that's a no for me. But when I was in high school, I had this teacher who said, if you need substances to have a good time, there's something wrong with you. And I don't know why it stuck to me so much. I mean, I still remember it today. So that's always been how I saw this. I don't see it as a weakness. I don't see it as something bad if you use it. I mean, I'm not talking about meth. Like, I'm talking about pot and stuff. Like, if you want to have a good time, it's your choice. It's your life. It's your body. But me personally, I've never been attracted to this. I don't see the need, and I don't think I will ever see the need to use it. So.
Yeah.
It's true that it smells pretty bad. Like recently, it's become legal here in Canada, and whenever we try to walk around, like there's always gonna be one smoking.
Hi, cutie.
Yeah, it smells like shit. Like or you're gonna be walking and be like, holy freaking shit. Yep, no, I'm not staying here. It's terrible. But
I keep alcohol in the house for entertaining, but I don't drink myself. Likewise. Well, I'm kind of the girl who's gonna drink once in a while, but I'm not gonna drink to be drunk, like dead drunk.
I drink cocktails once in a while.
If that's something.
If they taste more like juice than alcohol, I'll be all for it. But yeah, no, I'm not that strong on alcohol
I love
either.
that you don't judge people. I'm not gonna judge you for your choices. If you do weed, for example, it's okay for me.
I mean, I have
Of
several
course, I
friends.
would have preferred if you don't do it, but it's a light drug technically, so it's
I got several friends who actually smoke pot, and my
Yeah.
best friend has tried it a couple times as well. I mean,
yeah.
they do whatever they want. If it doesn't affect me, why should I care?
The things though, it's that I might not be willing to let you do hard drugs like meth or
Meth though is
something more harsh than weed. And I know that I don't have any control over your life, over whatsoever that you do, but I'm gonna try to tell you to go to the right direction.
I'd
but
be
yeah.
saying, as long as you don't let it control your life, your actions, you're all good. Be careful. And that said, how many cats? 2. You never saw the oldest one. You always saw John, but we have Grisou as well.
Grisou, yeah.
Where is he?
Probably
Grisou is old though. Like he's like 18 years old, and
18, 15.
He's older than 15.
He's 15 years old.
He's 15. I thought he was 18.
15 years old. Yeah.
Well, them.
15.
Okay. Anyway, but no, Grisou, our oldest cat, we've had him since she was 7,
Yeah.
and now he can't see from his eye, and the other one is going as well. So he looks kind of scary, but he's like the biggest goofball ever. He was pretty independent when he was a kitty, but now he's always trying to sleep beside us, and he's a sucker for attention. As for John, you've seen him several times. Like, he's just...
John is the attention cat. I want to say horror.
There are kids.
But yeah.
Kinda. When I moved to Montreal, it was me alone for 2 years before she moved with me.
Yeah, she stole my cat.
I mean, our dad...
She literally took my cat and went living with him in Montreal.
It's actually John, Jon, like Jon Snow, because it's his name, Jon Snow.
Yeah, Jon Snow, King in the North, the Great Commander.
Yeah,
Lord Commander. Sorry.
But yeah, that's Jon Snow and Grisou. But when I moved to Montreal, I moved with the cat because my dad didn't want to take care of him. She was not living with our dad that often. Like, she was 1 week with our mom and 1 week with our dad, and our dad just didn't want to have to take care of our cat when we were not there. So since I had my apartment, I just moved with the cat. So it was me alone with my cat for 2 years, and we grew really close. He is kind of like our kid. When I say that to my father, he's just judging me.
More of a grandpa now for the oldest one, though.
No, but I swear, when I tell my father something, like, when he's we go meet the family, and they're like, "Oh, when are you gonna bring us a kid and stuff?" I'm not ready for this at all. So I look at him and I say, like, "Oh, you already have grandkids, our 2 cats." He just judges me so much. He's like, and I'm like, "Hey, I mean, you asked for it."
Oh, I have a corgi. Your full registered name is sorry if I say it wrong. Maybe Funky Blue Snow.
We love dogs.
Oh,
my dad has a dog we love so much.
I will have a corgi too, but we live on the 3rd floor in an apartment building.
And we're not here that often either, so we don't have time to take care of his dog.
Oh my gosh, my cat is called
Coco Loco Banana Sugar. Oh, that's cute. Bernstein.
Oh,
these names are amazing. Cool. Okay, any thoughts before you start Better Call Saul?
Better Call Saul, I would love to really learn a shitload about Saul. Like, his first years as a lawyer, when he started the business, and why he decided to be a criminal lawyer, and
his backstory.
Scammy one too.
I want to find out, like, what led him to this. How he met Mike. How come he knows so many people that knows people that knows people.
That know the friend of the sister of the friend of another people too.
Yeah, stuff like that. I want to find out what happened to him. Where does he come from?
Have you ever thought of starting a video game YouTube channel and start streaming on Twitch?
Streaming on Twitch? Not really, because we have a problem with live. It scares us. We are scared of talking to you. No, that's not true. When we're playing games, we never know what's going to happen. We don't know how we're going to react. We don't know if we're going to have time to do this, like, on schedule. So Twitch, the idea has been here, but we never truly decided to go for it. But gaming channel, though, every single time we see a game that we love or that we've been interested in, the idea has been there. It's just that we don't really have the time to do it. But, speaking of gaming, we did just record Men of Medan with our friends. So the horror game that just came out, we recorded it and we finished it yesterday. So that's going to come out soon. And I'm planning on recording Last of Us 2. Maybe also Life is Strange 2, because I played the first one and I didn't play the second one yet. So that's another thing. But when it comes down to gaming, if we have the time, like, nothing is set in stone, we will see in the future. Oh, and we're also doing the Game of Thrones Telltale series with our friend. Well, our friend is playing the Game of Thrones game.
She's so stressed. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And she doesn't play games often, so it's kind of painful for us to watch her try to play.
New game, Hotel Housekeeping Simulator.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm staying well away from that. But
Oh my
actually,
gosh.
I will never do it probably because I don't know how in trouble I would end up being. But I actually thought of bringing my cell phone with me at the job and just showing people how it is to work in a hotel, but like vlogging about it. But I thought of it. Not gonna do it, but I thought of it. Better Call Saul has more humor, I would guess, because I mean, Saul is the comedy relief, comic relief. There you go. Like he's the funny guy. So if he's the main character, although I did hear that we will also see character development, and we will see more in depth in his character and stuff, and who he used to be and what he is as a person. So I'm excited for that just as much as I'm excited for the comedy.
Did you go to school for theater, writing, or are you still pursuing all that?
Yes, I did go to school for cinema, and I did do theater and writing too in college. I am still actually at school, kind of. I have a couple classes I need to finish in order to have my diploma. I feel like the more I went to school for this, the more I realized that the true learning experience is out there when I do my CMVs, when I record my videos, even when I do this kind of, because this is editing. When I edit our videos, I practice my skills in editing. So I feel like school is good for the paper, but I would much rather be outside learning on the field, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to get my paper, I want to get my degree and stuff, and then I want to take this as an opportunity for me to have more time to write and work on my projects. But I do aim for that in the future. Like I'm writing a story right now, actually, something I've been working on for years already, and I'm not letting that go ever.
Directing or writing?
Directing, but I do not put writing to the side though. It's always been a part of me. I've been writing stories since I was like 9 years old, even before that. And sometimes when I think about what's the better way for me to get my stories out there, I feel like writing is easier because there's a lot more chances for me to have time to write and have my stories published than I would have producing them, making them as a series or a movie. But I'm feeling like if I take the time to write them down, to work on them, and then have money and stuff to pay for the production, maybe I can have like a pretty good, beginning for them to be my gosh, I can't speak today. I'm sorry.
You can produce your own script.
Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, yeah, I want to work on them right now, and eventually, if I have you guys, if I have more stuff in my portfolio, maybe I will take the chance to put them out there, But right now, I'm focusing on stories. I'm focusing on bettering my scripts, bettering my books, kind of, because I'm working on a book too. So there's that, and perfecting my portfolio. Does that make sense?
I think it does. You did very well, I must say.
You edit. Oh, thank you. Not everyone thinks so, but I like to say that editing is subjective. So,
have you ever considered moving to Toronto?
Weirdly enough, yes. Yes,
you did.
I did for a little second, and then I checked the prices of an apartment, and I freaked out. The thing is, depending on what we end up doing, because this is turning out to be something that we want to put more time in, and we want to focus on a lot more. And if I can eventually stop working at the hotel, make this a job, and work on my stories and work on my stuff, then who cares where I live? Of course, I cannot go back to my hometown. Like, we can't go back to Drummondville, Saint-Germain, where we grew up, because there's nothing happening there. So right now, Montreal is a pretty decent place to live in because, I mean, we're near everything. There's studios and stuff, like, literally close to our home, and people are recording movies everywhere in town. So
true, that's true.
I feel like Montreal is a pretty great place to live in. But to say,
peace out, have a good night,
bye bye. But to say that we will live here forever, I don't know. Maybe when I was a kid, I wanted to live in Vancouver. So changes with time. I don't know. Maybe in the future. Sorry.
I thought you might have been banished from your small town. We didn't say we weren't.
Why? We actually, the intro for our Felina video, we recorded it at her childhood home. That was my father's house where we grew up. So we're not banished from our hometown. It's just that we don't go there as often as we used to.
It's a nice place to live, basically, but yeah.
The opportunities. You know, when we record custom music videos, we always go back there because it's empty fields after empty fields. We can go anywhere and the people don't care. When we recorded, like, I don't know if any of you guys have seen this, but 5 years ago, we recorded the Naruto CMV, This Is War. That was the first time we did an actual cosplay music video.
Yeah.
And I remember we just drove like in the back streets of our town, and we found empty fields and we started shooting in them. And there's a guy who showed up and was like, hey, that's like my property. And we're like, oh, sorry, we're recording something for school. Yeah. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's leaving. People don't care. And we recorded in minefields and stuff. Not minefields, but mining fields and places where there were big dunes and stuff.
It's okay. Just don't go near the big trucks. And okay, fine.
Yeah, they don't care. So it's a really great place to record stuff with amazing backgrounds. But Montreal is still the place where everything happens. So.
What is the price of rent there?
Here?
Here, Montreal.
We have like five and a half rooms apartment here.
And it's like $820 per month.
But we got lucky. We got really lucky.
Yeah, because for 5.5 apartment in Montreal, depending on the district that you are, it could be like more than $1,000 per month for the bill. So
yeah, I mean, whenever sometimes I'll be like looking just for the fun of looking at bigger apartments or just apartments closer to areas we go to more often, and I'll be like, there's nothing under $1,000, and it's kind of expensive when you know you're not gonna work. Yeah, he wants to say hi. Go see mommy. Oh no, he doesn't want to. Anyway, yeah, $1,000 for, I mean, if you look at Toronto's apartments prices, it's not that expensive for what we have. So, but to us, especially when I don't work during the winter, it's dangerous. So we'd rather pay less and have much more money to spend for our cosplays and just, buy more equipment for this and stuff than spend everything on rent. So yeah, in Montreal, I'd say you won't have anything under $1,000 if you want something like a 3.5 rooms apartment. We got really lucky.
Oh my gosh! Here in Sydney, it's 5,000 and more a
500.
week. 500 and more a week.
A week! Holy shit! That's why we don't live in Sydney. Oh fuck. Okay, but and I mean, you know what? In our hometown, I think my friend had an apartment, like a 3.5 rooms apartment for $300 a month. It's crazy, like cheap where we grew up, but I mean, this town, there's nothing happening there, so
I live in Vancouver and it's also super expensive. Here in Montreal is much cheaper than Vancouver in many aspects.
I cannot compare the two cities because I've never been to Vancouver, but there are parts of Montreal that are pretty great, but the rent goes up crazy fast depending on where you are.
So I don't think that our taxes are that the same too?
I don't know. But I mean, the life in Vancouver is expensive. I've heard that. Because I mean, like I said before, I wanted to live in Vancouver eventually in the future when I was a kid. So I looked it up, and yes, it is crazy expensive. But in Montreal, I mean, we get used to it. When you don't know anything else, you don't complain. And like I said, like it's fun because I can see like movies being made like every single places I go to. So this is cool.
Yeah, nice.
Vancouver is beautiful. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, I know someone, not personally, but I know someone I follow on Instagram who lives in Vancouver, and damn, the photos he posts are amazing. I just love the place.
What do you mean a 5.5 room apartment?
5 bedrooms. Sorry, it's the French girl in me. Like I'm just translating everything. But yeah, we have 5 rooms and a bathroom, so that's what we call 5.5 room apartment.
What does a ghetto look like in Canada?
To be honest, I don't know. Do we have one?
Do we have a stereotypical type of ghetto? I think that
I think Hochelaga would be one.
a few districts in Montreal will look like it, and
But they're not that bad. Like, to be honest, you wouldn't even see the difference. And where we grew up, I mean,
more
it's,
dirty house, I guess. I don't know.
where we grew up, I'm not even kidding. You don't even notice anything. Like, it took me years before I saw a single homeless person in Saint Germain where I grew up, and I'm not kidding. Like, it's because it's
Canadian
small.
ghetto has no Tim Hortons.
No, even they have Tim Hortons, so it's just that they never have anything in them. Like, if you want to add anything on the menu, they
True.
won't have anything.
True, so we must live in a ghetto because ours doesn't have anything.
But I mean, I've heard here in Montreal we have a couple places that could be described as a ghetto, but it's not the same. Like, I don't know, it's crazy different.
Well, I've seen more districts that are with lower income. Like I know that when I work in my motel, it's the district is Ahuntsic in Montreal, and
Ahuntsic, yeah.
Ahuntsic, and it's one of the poorest district.
But then
in
again, when
Montreal.
I moved to Montreal, people were telling me that it was the best place I could go to.
It
So,
kind of changed with time.
1K for 5 rooms is an incredible deal. Yeah. We know that. I remember one day I was in a cab, and the cab driver was like, is it cheap here? Like, how much do you pay for your apartment? And I was like, oh, back in the day it was like $700.
When we first moved in our apartment, it was like $100 less than what we pay right now.
Yeah, so it was like $700. Yeah,
lucky.
he was like, he could not believe me. He was like, you're kidding, right? This must be a joke. But we got lucky. I mean, when we look for apartments, we don't expect to pay like cheap rent, but because the first apartment I was ever in had only 1 room, and it was almost 500. But I was like, I was the Olympic Stadium's neighbor, and I was right in front of the Jardin Botanique, the garden like we have here. It's pretty
Botanic Gardens.
Botanic Garden. I don't know how it's called, but still, it's a pretty touristic place, so they really love this spot. So I was not surprised. But when I found this place, like, I can walk to school here, and then we have everything around us, so many parks and so many stuff, and it's pretty beautiful outside. Like, we've got trees and stuff. It looks like home, not like a city like Montreal. So to pay like $800 for this, we know we got lucky. We really know we got lucky.
Have you two ever thought of buying a house together or even renting one?
Yeah.
We did.
A condo.
A condo
most likely, though.
Yeah, basically, when we'll have more money, technically, we want to buy one to have more spaces. Like, to have a studio to record our stuff would be just great.
Because right now, out of all our 5 rooms, there's like our bedrooms, of course, the restroom, and the last room is our sewing room. So that's where we make our cosplays. But we would love to have a place to record, because right now, you're not seeing this, you guys, but right now we're pretty stuck. We are like,
thank God you're not seeing it.
like right under the table right here. This is our sofa.
Our couch.
Yeah. So I mean, we make do with what we have, and it's okay, but we don't stop dreaming about what we could have in the future. If we work hard, it could happen. So we'll see to it in a couple years, maybe. Just not now.
Oh my gosh.
It seems you got Ross and Monica's grandmother's rent geared to Income Loft. Oh, you get that reference. I don't.
Friends!
Yeah. And someone said that our apartment must be haunted. We cannot say for sure, but sometimes John gets really creepy, because he's going to start looking at one of the corners of, our ceiling, and he's going to just start looking, and he's be like, and John, that's one of the reasons why he's called Jon Snow. He's he gets these looks where he's going to have his mouth like half open like this. and he looks so dumb, like he doesn't understand a thing. So the you know nothing, Jon Snow, that really applies to our cat. But he'll get this look where something's going on and he doesn't understand what the hell is this. But he's looking at our ceiling like this, so he's like.
And the worst part is that under his chin, he got a black spot. So when he look up, it look like his mouth is like this.
But then we'll look at our cat and we'll be like,
what are you looking at?
and then you'll freak out for no reason. But that's just our cat being a cat. But we do not
That's
put.
just John.
Oh, and there's the door that keeps unlocking itself too.
True.
That's not a ghost. That could be a lot more creepy than this. But
Like, in our kitchen, we got a back door that we can take the escape ladder.
yeah, the stairs behind the apartment.
The
There
escape
you go.
stairs. And I kept locking it. And when I go back to the kitchen, the door is unlocked.
Yeah.
But the window is closed. There's no one else outside too. And we don't have the key. Nobody else has the key to open it from outside.
Yeah.
So basically, to be sure that the door stay locked, we rope a rope around it to be sure that it stay locked.
So yeah, our apartment is haunted. There you
Yes.
go. Greetings from Sweden. Hello
Sweden.
from Canada.
Hi.
Just tuned in. Love your reactions to Breaking Bad. Just watched Felina. I hope you liked it. It was such a great episode. I did not expect to cry this much, but I'm happy I did because I mean the emotions needed to come out a little bit. Don't make fun of Jon Snow, ladies. He's talking to the ghosts.
You can see dead people.
He probably doesn't understand that we're making fun of him. Like, I swear to God, he's dumb. But I love him so much.
I wouldn't bypass our oldest cat to understand when we are talking about him,
Oh,
though.
no.
But John,
Grisou? Fuck. Grisou understands. Like, he's a mad genius. Like, when we were kids, he figured out that if we took pity on him, we would react, you know? When he wants food, he starts making these crazy sounds like he's dying because he knows that even if we're sleeping or anything, if he starts doing like I'm dying, mom,
like dying cries of pain.
I'm gonna go, you know, I'm gonna jump out of bed. I'm gonna make sure he's okay. And then as soon as I see him and he sees me, he just goes like, hey,
Hey, time to feed me.
yeah. Or then when I was even younger than that, he figured out too that I was a sucker for when he would put his paws under the door. When I was downstairs, you know, taking showers and stuff,
Yeah.
he would put his paws under the door and be so freaking cute doing that. And he'd be like, reaching inside. And I'm like, oh, you're so cute. So I would take care of him. You know, I would focus on him. That's what he loves. Grisou is a mad genius. John is just dumb. But we love them both.
Oh. I like that you cried. It shows you really like the show. And when you broke down for Hank,
You felt bad.
you felt bad.
You know, so before my first because now both our grandfathers are dead, but before my first grandfather died.
Have a good night, Denton.
Yeah, bye. But yeah, when my first grandpa died, I felt like there was this break inside of me. Like automatically after this, I started being so much more emotional because before that, I was like a brick wall. And I know someone in Haunting of Hill House, they said when I did not cry at episode 5, I think they were like,
Yeah.
you're like a brick wall, Chris. And I'm like, dude, just wait. That's the thing. I don't ever since that day, I feel like whenever something happens, I get so attached, and death has a strong reaction, takes a strong reaction out of me, especially when I love the characters. I get attached so much. That's one of the reasons why we started doing reactions, actually. We were saying we get into these stories so much, it'd be freaking funny to record us. And
Even when we reading books, I mean, I get attached so much that I'm talking out loud in my living room, like, what the fuck are you doing? And my stepmom is like, what the fuck are you doing talking out loud? Are you crazy, girl? But I know I'm just that much into a book.
I'd be like in my room waking up in the morning and she's been awake for a couple hours already. And suddenly what wakes me up is just her going like, yeah. And I'm like, what? And I try to listen to her and she's like, oh, he's going to do it for sure. No, don't do this. And she's just talking to herself. And I'm like, she's crazy. But no, we just get into characters.
Yeah. Which
Which
character
character
did
death?
hit you the
Oh.
hardest? I would say that Hank hit me the hardest in the show, and I still can't believe that I took it that hard, really, because yeah, I really felt attached to the characters during the series because, as you know, when we were watching Breaking Bad, we learned that her grandpa got sick, and we learned that he had terminal cancer.
Oh my God, yes, the with
So when the family went through by learning that Walter was dying of cancer, I said, "Oh my God, I can relate
relate.
it so much." And I don't know, but yeah,
Walter's
for
death was terrible, but we were expecting it.
yeah,
I feel like
but for
so.
Hank, it just
It was out of the blue.
for like I said, for someone that has started not liking that much because he was really a douche, showing off way too much, being the big guy that is kind of fake, just like Maury was kind of fake at the beginning. And I learned to appreciate that guy because he struggled a lot to go back on his feet and to solve the case of Heisenberg and the Blue Net. And by the end of it, he closed it. He got his answer and he got Walter and handcuffed, and to just be shot by point blank like this.
It was unexpected. It was a tragedy waiting to happen. It got us like real bad in Breaking Bad, at least, because I know I kind of cried a lot about other characters as well in other shows. Although right now I cannot think of a single one. But I will cry when a show I really enjoyed ends, because this is like the end of a journey. This is saying farewell to characters,
Gone.
I love. And Walter's death, as much as it affected me, I knew it was coming. So I would say Hank in Breaking Bad also got me most. Um, as for I saw like what are our favorite books. I cannot answer these. No, actually, in books I can. Gone. The Gone series. Love this. I was in high school when I found this series of books. It's Gone by Michael Grant. It's the first couple of books are kind of childish, a little bit, but it gets intense real fast, and I fell in love with it. When I was a kid, I was loving Harry Potter, but I think Gone totally took over. It's just great. Like, I don't know if you guys heard about Gone, but it's about these kids, like, suddenly one day all the adults 15 years and older vanished from town, and there was this dome that appeared over the town of Perdido Beach. And in this dome, all the remaining kids 15 and under started developing powers, and so we see these kids try to survive.
I think we're out of sync.
Same for everyone else too. Yeah, probably. I'm sorry. It's the internet. All right, I'm sorry.
And before you continue, I just want to say that I'm really glad for you that you're well now.
Yeah.
That the cancer is that you're stable for now.
It's a really tough battle, and I mean, if you went through this, very sorry. Our hearts go out to you, man. You did it. You're strong. You're the strongest out of us all. So you got it. But yeah, no, I would say favorite books, the Gone series by Michael Grant. We get to see these kids grow up, become adults, and there's so much violence in this. I loved it. What are yours?
Mine.
Yeah, favorite book.
I would say that my favorite books will be one by Linda Joy Singleton.
One?
But well, her series like Don't Die, Butterfly. I don't know the translate in English though, but it's the story about Sabine, who is a psychic, and she got this vision of terrible things that are supposed to happen, and she tried to save the people that she loved and she cared about and her grandma from her sickness. But after that, that will be old books like Comtesse of Ségur.
Comtesse of Ségur.
That's a French
These.
type of book.
She read them so many times. Yeah, that.
Still.
But it's been a while. I'm more into fan fiction these days. I used to read a lot of books, but right these days I don't have time. So I'm on fan fiction most of the time. So go ask Alice. No, I never heard of it. There's a lot of books that I don't even know if they had it here. If it got translated in French, there's a chance that we saw it maybe, but if it did not, don't know. Chick-fil-A. We don't have Chick-fil-A's here, okay? We don't.
No.
But hello again. But yeah, okay. I'm just trying to. What
What
fanfics
fanfics
do I
do you
read?
read?
I swear I have so
Oh my
many
god,
open on
she
my
got a
phone.
face when she started to watch again like Lord of the Rings, and she got, oh my god, I need to read Lord of the Rings fanfic like for months. And then she went into Game of Thrones, oh my god, and she read tons and tons and tons of fanfic of Game of Thrones.
Right now
and
I'm
that we
into
finished Breaking Bad,
I'm
she
into
watched
Breaking Bad.
fanfic after fanfic of Breaking Bad stuff.
No, but I usually what I do is sorry about that. I'll go on my phone, and when I like you said, when I'm in the mood for one show, like when we started Full Metal Alchemist, I was in Full Metal Alchemist mode. So I went on fanfiction. I would just scroll and find every single fanfic that could be interesting to me, and I would open them all. And then I'll start from the first one, and when I'm in the mood for something like this, I'll just read it. And I'll read fanfics about Full Metal Alchemist till eventually I'll be into, I don't know, Charmed fanfic. So I'll go and read and take every single fanfics I find about Charmed and read fanfics about Charmed.
Probably all erotic badger and skinny Pete stuff.
No. Weirdly enough, like yaoi stuff and just slashes and I don't freak out over this at all when it comes to Breaking Bad. I'm not. I saw a lot of Walter Jesse fanfics, but this creeps me out, so I don't read them. I'm all for Jesse fanfics too. Right now, I'm reading a lot of fanfictions about what could have happened after Felina. But when it comes to yaoi, I just read Sasunaru from Naruto. This is my favorite couple from Naruto, so I would read that. But Skinny Pete Badger, no.
Are you watching Joker when it comes out?
We should. We probably should.
I've seen the trailer of the movie, and from what I've watched with the cartoon version of the Joker, this one looks pretty much like what I'm used to in the cartoon. So
Yeah.
oh yeah, so I can't wait to see
I
it.
haven't even seen the trailer yet. I just heard that he was really good. Joaquin Phoenix, he was really good. That's all I heard, but I didn't see the trailer.
Like some people said online that we got the crime mob Joker with Jack Nicholson. We got the terrorist version with Heath Ledger. We like the gangsta type of Joker with Jared Leto.
Why are you?
Yeah, but with Joaquin Phoenix, we got the Joker.
The actual Joker.
And I said that it's pretty much very close to what I can expect for him. I'm still gonna have to wait what is gonna show us on screen for the Joker part.
We'll give him a chance.
Yeah.
If we have time, we'll check it out in the theaters. Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad? Let's say it at the same time. What you have your choice? I have my choice. In 1, 2, 3. Breaking Bad. Game of Thrones will always have a special place in my heart, but it messed up too much in the end. So my heart goes out to the characters, but Breaking Bad, I cannot find a flaw that stands out to me. So Breaking Bad. Totally. Joker looks like a mindfuck. Yes, but that's what Joker is about. I'll give it a chance because I love Joaquin Phoenix. I loved him in Walk the Line. He's really good. I just love the actor, so just to support him, I'm gonna look it up. So yeah.
All right. So it's been
It's out already, or it's been to Films Festival only, so it's not in theaters yet. Joker.
I only see the. I think the trailer was just out. I don't think that the movie.
Yeah, the movie's not out yet, but it already won like stuff in the festival, so I mean it must be good. Replace Full Metal Alchemist with Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad with Sopranos. Sadly, we already have something for Breaking Bad, Vikings. So we're gonna start Vikings, and Full Metal Alchemist, Better Call Saul is just gonna be an addition. We're doing Better Call Saul, but we're not replacing anything with Better Call Saul. Full Metal Alchemist. We already did the poll on Patreon, and it's Steins Gate who won. So after Full Metal, it's going to be Steins Gate, which is pretty short actually. So it's going to be over quite fast. So we don't know what's going to happen after that.
The original trailer, as I remember, made him look like a victim of society, which I don't like. Well, to be fair though, before the Joker went full on Joker, he was trying stand-up comedian who tried to do a living as with comedy, and I know that his wife left him, and everything went to shit. I know that something bad came up. He tried to, uh, it's well, yeah, he was kind of a victim, but after that I don't.
He became the
Sorry,
Joker.
my English is dead tonight, guys.
Yeah, but okay, I will say this though. The best villains in shows and movies are usually the villains you can understand a little bit. Because if he's just straight up villain, there's no depth to his character. So it's hard to like a movie about a psychopath who you can't relate to at all. So I don't know if the whole movie is going to be about this, about him being a victim, but if they show us him before he became the Joker and we get to understand his character, and then they turn him into this crazy guy, and we understand that no, he's crazy, like no sympathy for him now, but we can also understand where he came from.
Okay.
It's going to be interesting.
What I wanted to say is that before he became the Joker, he tried to be a stand-up comedian. Crime gang took him to do a robbery.
Robbery?
They put a mask on him. Basically, Batman thought that he was one of the crime member, and he ended up falling in the chemicals bath.
Okay.
That's
That messed him up.
Messed him up, yeah, and he became the Joker after that.
Well, then I can understand their take on it. It kind of reminds me of the Ted Bundy movie they did with Zac Efron. The entire movie, I don't know if you've seen it or if you know about Ted Bundy, like the serial killer, but the entire movie, they kind of portray him as this charismatic guy who's not a victim, but you know he did all these things. But I found it interesting that the way they showed Ted Bundy as a nice guy the entire movie till the very end, when we learn what he actually did and when we get confirmation that he's a psychopath that killed all these people, it's kind of putting us in the mindset of all these fangirls he had back in the day. It's a take on society. It's crazy how people are going to defend psychopaths and killers and just crazy people just because they know them when they were kids, or because they can see behind a mask and they think they know it all, or just because they're good looking.
They're charismatic, yeah.
Yeah, just because they're good looking. So it's an experiment. Like, it's taking you places that you never imagined you could go to, but it's dangerous though. It's not everyone who likes it. I like a good character study, especially when it's a fictional character like the Joker. Like, I mean, go places with them, because it's less dangerous than making us think Ted Bundy is a nice guy.
Yeah, no. Watch Taxi Driver, King of Comedy, and Network to get a better understanding of what to expect from Joker.
Oh, they did Network too, and they did Taxi Driver? What? No, wait, no.
I think you mean the character.
Oh, okay, as in, like, what happens to the character. It's true that in Network, he's basically like...
Yeah.
Taxi Driver, too. Yeah, I didn't see Taxi Driver, but I know what it's about. King of Comedy, I don't know, though.
We're gonna see, like, Joaquin Phoenix in front of a mirror. Are you talking to me?
But I
Are you
like,
talking to me?
I don't remember who, but earlier, someone said that Joker is going to be about a sane person that becomes insane. Yeah, basically.
That's a great storyline.
In my
opinion.
Probably, like all these movies. Who in the chat is planning to watch American? Yeah, it's coming out today. Yeah, right. It's this evening. I haven't seen American Horror Story after season 2, so I really need to catch up. Kind of. We did El Camino trailer. We did. I have to edit the thing and release it soon. But no worries. It's coming. The trailer is coming. Someone way early in the chat. I know we can't answer to every single question. Like, there are too many of them. But I'm trying. And someone asked about the remix. We reacted to this. We loved it so much.
You are not the guy.
You're not capable of being the guy. I had a guy, but now I don't. You are not the guy. My favorite part is bitch, little bitch. I made you my bitch. bitch, yeah, bitch.
Jesse!
Bitch.
Oh my gosh.
That was like, we fell in love with that remix.
What made you start a YouTube channel?
Oh man, that's a long time ago. Fuck. Okay. YouTube channel. That's my question.
Go ahead. Speak your mind.
10 years ago, I was with a friend of mine that I'm not friend with her anymore, but we just really loved hanging out and having fun. And we were watching these videos online about Niga Higa and Smosh, and there was also a French Canadian group. I think they were
Crash.
doing Crash, right? They were doing stuff like Smosh too, but in French. So we were watching them do stuff, and they seemed to have so much fun. They were hanging out with friends and just sharing their love for each other and sharing their passion for comedy and videos. So I just wanted to experience that. So I started my YouTube channel with my friend, and back in the day we were making like nothing. Mostly just sharing skits and stuff, and I mean it was not good. Like most of these videos are not online anymore. And then it grew into a cosplay video thing because we started cosplaying, and so we started sharing our cosplays, sharing skits that we did about cosplay. We started doing CMVs as well. So basically our whole YouTube experience has always been about sharing our passion for what we do and for what we watch with you guys. The reaction channel is something completely different because it was a take before we became Kyujin Reacts. It was Chris Kaler. It was my channel, my personal channel. Still kind of is because I use this channel to watch stuff and just like videos left and right.
True.
But before we when we decided to do reactions, it was mainly because we were freaking out so much. And it's like I said, it's always been about sharing our passion for what we love with you guys. And we were watching reaction videos online. I was a fan of this. And I was like, I see her react to stuff. I hear myself. I know how I react to stuff.
Yeah.
We get so invested in these shows. Why not share it? Have a good time with people online and just discuss theories and discuss TV shows. So we started Game of Thrones season 7. And after that, I mean, people liked it. We liked it so much. Like I liked discussing online with everyone. This was something I really enjoyed. Like just the common passion. And then we got serious about this a little more, and then here we are. It's about passion, sharing passion.
What does Amber Shirt say? It's a plus ultra. It's from My Hero Academia model, basically. So
it's an anime.
Yep.
Check it out.
Do either of you two know Robin Sparkles? The name seems familiar to me, but I have to say no.
No, I that one doesn't. Nope, doesn't ring any bells. My favorite reactors, Blind Wave. Don't know what you think about Blind Wave, but I love Blind Wave. That's actually, they kind of modeled how I wanted to make a reaction when we started. I was watching several videos, several reactors, and trying to understand like what would be the best way for us to do this. Having discussions before and after. That came from Blind Wave. That them, even though the lights and stuff, that's her idea, but a lot of things that we do, even ideas for shows when we started, that all came from Blind Wave. But I don't really watch the normies. I watch Nikki and Steven a lot. I love them. I wasn't that much of a fan of their Breaking Bad reactions because someone did ask which reaction I would watch for Breaking Bad now that I'm done with the show. I'm excited for Blind Wave to get to season 5, like the ending of season 5. I know normies are watching it too, so I'm watching their reactions as well. Nikki and Steven, I was not a fan of their Breaking Bad reactions, but I fell in love with them for their Game of Thrones reaction. And Semblance of Sanity, I love also. Iman Snow, I think that's her name. I love her as well. And
she's love watching reaction on YouTube channel.
I also love American Mom. I watched her reactions to Game of Thrones, and I loved her, so... There you go. And there are others, of course, but these I don't remember their names, so sorry. But these ones are usually the ones I go back to and I love.
Where do your reactor names come from?
Kyujin is the name of our cosplay group. When we started YouTube, the name of the channel was Girlish.
Girlish.
That was my friend's idea. It's terrible, so don't mention it again. But when we got to college and we decided that the group needed a change, I needed a new name for the thing. So I created Kyujin. It's basically I took Q, which is 9 in Japanese. I took Yujin, which is a way of saying friends in Japanese. I kind of mixed the two together, so I have Kyujin as an anagram, like something that would mean 9 friends.
Even though we're 6 people in the group.
We were 9 back in the day. We were 9.
Yep, but the name stick with us.
Yeah,
and
it's
we
stuck.
kind of like it, so yeah, we keep it. Even though it's kind of a handful to pronounce when you don't know really what it means.
So we were Kyujin cosplay, and then when we started reactions, we kind of made like another branch, Kyujin Reacts, Kyujin Sisters. But Kyujin stays. My friend made the logo for when we open with Kyujin cosplay reacts. That drawing, that's from our friends. So
as for reactor names, well, YouTuber names,
Chris Gaylor and Ember
her
Frost.
came from a long time ago when she wrote a book or story, and the named character was a guy named Chris Kaler.
Yeah, not the guy from One Tree Hill.
No, not the same
Yeah.
guy.
Chris Taylor was
And
my first fictional character.
She loved that name so much that she decided to use it as her cosplay name.
Mhm.
As for mine, I changed so much.
Ember Frost, Genesis,
Well, I went my first
Celtic Manga.
My first name was Celtic Manga because I love everything that is related to Celtic history, Celtic mythology, everything Celtic or Nordic stuff.
You were young too.
Yes.
You know, back when your names had a couple of hearts and from MSN, like Messenger stuff. Holy shit, the
Anyway.
names were weird.
And after that, I just shorted to Celtic. Celtic, sorry. And I changed again to Genesis because I said, I need something that is maybe more cool that I can use as a cosplayer. And after that, I said, I really love that your name is like a first name and a last name. So I need something like that for my own too, that is more like easy to pronounce. And I said, what can I use as a cosplay name? And I said, well, I love fire and water, so why not Ember Frost?
There's a whole story here. When did
Basically,
you-
That's it.
When did you first found out about the concept of YouTube reactions to TV show films? Do you have any YouTubers you watch yourself? I don't remember when I first started watching reactions. You never truly watched reactions, so you can't answer that. But
No.
me, I think it was for Game of Thrones. Was it for Game of Thrones? I think I was.
You watch compilation for some of the episode, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was before I even watched Game of Thrones. I wanted to see if it was any good or something. Then I found Blind Wave. I really enjoyed their theories and just hearing them talk. And even before that, before knowing that reactions were a thing, I was a sucker for this. Like, I would say, like, oh my god, I just watched this show. It's incredible. I need to watch it with you. And I would be putting on the show and watching her or my friends watch the show. So I really enjoy the concept of a reaction before I learned about it online. But I think Blind Wave is the one that started it all for me with Game of Thrones. And then I started, or I think I just got curious. I looked online. Did anyone ever did a reaction about Game of Thrones? So I checked it online, and then I started watching a lot of things. Anime reactions, Game of Thrones, even some Lost. I watched extra special features just because I like to have a good time, and I like to share, even though I'm not, the one sharing it with them because they don't see me. I just like to enjoy something with people I enjoy watching. So that's how I started reactions. I started watching stuff like this. But as for YouTubers, Niga Higa, Ryan Higa is still someone I watch every single week.
Smosh.
Smosh
It's
is
a
also,
really loved channel for both of us.
I have a couple of channels that I follow, but they don't post that often. Back in the day when we were starting cosplay, we were watching Koi Cosplay. That they're the ones that started us in cosplay at all. So
Yeah.
but they don't post anymore.
We also
so.
are watching Hollywood Show for
Oh,
CMVs.
yeah.
They basically are our inspiration for video music type of thing.
If you want to see like parodies and just tributes to shows made by girls that know how to dance and know how to make a good costume and stuff, check them out. Hollywood Show, they're pretty great. They just did a couple of videos about Supernatural, and now they're doing one about Umbrella Academy. And but they do several videos. They did several videos, and they're just very good. So yeah, Hollywood Show is pretty great. What else? I don't know. We watch sometimes I will watch the React channel by FBE, and I watch a couple of creepy stuff too. Like what's his name? Rob something?
Rob Gavanan.
Gavanan?
Well,
Rob Dix.
He used to go by Rob
Dykes.
Dykes.
Rob Dykes, there you go.
Dykes, but now it's Rob Gavanan on
Yeah, because
YouTube.
he had to change his name.
Because YouTube wanted to change.
Yeah, but we watch a lot of stuff online. It's just that we don't always remember whose stuff we watch. But yeah, they're pretty great channels.
All right.
What should you guys do next? You should watch Vikings. We are.
In a
Very
couple
soon.
of weeks, so don't miss it.
It's been years since we wanted to watch Vikings. Like, you had the time to buy every single season.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like I saw Alex Anderson on internet for one of his model shoot, and I said, "Oh my God, I really like that how that guy looked." And I saw that he was playing in Viking. I'll be honest with you guys. I saw a scene of his character in one of the season that hooked me up on the series. I said, I need to watch that show because of that only scene. I'm not gonna say which one though, but because of that, I'm being shaken with excitement to watch the whole series.
Yeah, so we're doing Vikings for sure. Someone said that Mr. Robot is pretty good. I know. You have no idea how much I know.
It's the CW, right? That is.
No, it's AMC, USA. Sorry, no, yeah, USA.
Yeah, but because of USA, we cannot react to it on YouTube.
They're suckers for copyrights, so we're not gonna do a reaction to the last season. But we love Mr. Robot, Rami Malek. Yeah. And we've been thinking about doing Black Sails too. Like, I know some people have been asking, but Black Sails is something that we've had for a while. We checked out like the first couple of episodes.
I only checked like the first episode because I didn't have time to watch the rest of it.
But yeah.
But it seemed interesting, so yeah, it's definitely in my top list to watch.
Like I said, we have like such a long list of potential shows to watch. It's just that we don't have time to do them all at the same time. And also, like, there's the thing that we don't want to do too much, because when we do too much, we end up falling down and tripping over our own feet, and we end up being really late, and we hate to be late, especially this summer. It has been really hard. So Fargo, The Americans, and The Good Place. The Good Place, I never heard of it.
I've heard about Fargo.
Fargo and The Americans, I heard about that too. They're very good. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna add it to the list, and there's always a chance. Teenage drama depends on what you mean. Like, I mean, I'm okay.
Some teenage drama is good, some of them is bad.
I watched Teen Wolf. I liked it. I watched Gossip Girl in One Tree Hill. I liked it. Depends on how good it is and how it ends. Teen Wolf I stopped watching after like season 3.
Yeah. Are you done with all 3 seasons of Mr. Robot?
What?
Are you done with all 3 seasons of Mr. Robot?
We're caught up.
Yeah.
We're totally caught up. We're waiting for season 4, and it's gonna be a crazy ride. Like it's starting next month, so I'm like,
I know.
That's actually like we knew Rami Malek before because of Until Dawn, but that show is what made me like freak out over that guy. He's just so good.
Well, I knew him before because of Night at the Museum.
Yeah, but
basically
in Night at the Museum, he was just good looking. But no, it was Until Dawn kind of made me love him.
If you like superheroes and weirdness, you should check out Legion.
I heard about Legion. I don't know what it's about though. Thanks for the thank you. Bye bye. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
It is getting pretty late. Like I'm checking that out.
3 hours from the beginning.
I mean, it was the Breaking Bad series finale live
oh my
discussion.
God. I want to ask for you guys. I know that a couple of you just went out to sleep, but for you asked us what was our best part for the series, but what was your best episode or your best moment that you liked?
Yeah, before we head out and finish this, try to write fast and send us your favorite moments of Breaking Bad. Let's just for the nostalgia.
Oh.
Vampire Diaries. Are you ever gonna convince me to watch this?
You need to watch it, at least until we saw the original left Mystic Falls, so that we can watch the original together. Because after the left, it kind of boring.
You know, actually, I don't hate the Vampire Diaries. I think I just I find it funny that you love it that much. That's just it. When we're watching Vampire Diaries when we were kids, you were so invested in that show that I found it really funny. So when you tried to show me the first episode, I just made jokes nonstop. So
You said the same thing for Gossip Girl, that it's a stupid show. I'm never gonna watch it, and you end up loving more than I do.
it's
So
my
you can say whatever you want, but you're gonna love that show. I'm pretty sure of
it's
it.
my guilty pleasure show. All right.
Uh-huh.
But have you seen the originals and the legacies?
I've never seen Legacies, but I've seen the originals.
Hmm.
It's so sad how it ends.
All right, so not much people are answering the question, but before we end, what was because I answered the question, but what was your favorite moment? Like, what stood out the most in Breaking Bad?
What stood out the most? I would say when Walter exploded Tuco's office the first time,
Yeah,
Hank's death.
yeah,
When Gus killed Victor in front of the Jesse and Walter.
yeah,
When Walter found Jesse and
After Jane's death?
After Jane's death in the junking house. I will say Crawl Space when Walter was in the basement. And basically, the jail death for the 10 guys
oh yeah,
with
that was cool.
with Walter and Todd's uncle gang. And Felina on everything hands.
Everything in Felina was great.
Yeah.
You're just mentioning that last moment just before the finale when the theme song comes on and you see that glass on the bar and Walter's just gone. That moment was like so awesome, really epic. So yes, that moment is incredible. Ozymandias, the entire episode is amazing. Gus's death is still there to me. Like that was
Oh my gosh.
epic.
When he went out the room and he just plays back his he's not die.
When Walt kills Jane, well, he lets her die, and when he runs over the two dealers, Jane, yes, I gotta say that moment that felt like a turning point for Walter almost. So this was intense.
Yeah,
The
when he ran over the
dealers.
two dealers.
Basically, turning point, like you say, like biggest turning points in the show.
Do you know it was the Vampire Diaries 10th anniversary last week on the 10th of September? Yes, I did because I'm following Nina Dobrev on Instagram and she posted a huge post about the 10th anniversary. And I said, oh my gosh, it went so fast. And I said, oh, memories after memories. And I said, I need to watch back the show.
Maybe. All I can say is maybe, because right now we have to do the shows we promised. Like, there are shows we promised like months ago that we never started, so we need to do this, and then maybe in the future we will get more time to do more shows.
Melissa, do you know what Legacy is about? I know it's about Hope Michelson after she's a teenager. I know that I see Caroline's twins during the series too. I don't know basically what it's about. I know who is in it though, but I'm not really that much interested in Legacy to be honest.
Keeping with the incredible moments of the show when Jesse's tub fell through the ceiling.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was awesome. Gus taking out the whole cartel. That's when my vision of
Oh.
what Gus was about and who he was as a person, that flipped completely. He got
Perfect.
terrifying in that moment.
Perfect.
Half measures, the speech Mike gave Walter about killing the dealer. We got the first time we got to see more of Mike's backstory a bit.
Yeah.
That was intense as well.
Oh my god, true. The time when Mike went to the
Every time Mike
the
is on
building
screen.
with the balloon to end up causing
the short circuit, yeah.
disturbances.
Every time
And when
he's
he
on
took
screen.
every single person down, oh my god, that man is awesome.
Mike is just good. All right, I'm gonna end it here because right now I'm starting to lose my voice. I think we've been talking for 3 hours. Full measures when Walt escapes his death and Jesse has to kill Gail. Oh, that one too. Gail's death, that was pretty intense.
Oh.
This show is just good. So freaking good. But yeah, we'll end this here, and the journey is not over, guys. We'll watch the extras. We'll watch Breaking Bad with my friend. We have in my actually, my friend has been talking to me about doing maybe a cosplay music video of Gossip Girl, of Breaking Bad. So there's a good chance that you'll see the cosplays again in the future. So Breaking Bad, it's not over. Not for us. El Camino next month. Couple of extra videos this week and next week. we'll be back with this. We're not letting it go. So thank you guys so freaking much for being on this journey with us. You have been amazing. If it wasn't for you guys, half the fun would be out. Like, we wouldn't be enjoying this as much. But I mean, this show and you guys, you all made it worth it. So I'm glad to have watched it. I'm glad to have been here to talk to you. We'll see you in another video.
Do you know if Better Call Saul is a prequel or a sequel? I heard that
Prequel.
it was both.
I think it's a prequel.
It's mostly a prequel, but we kind of see a bit of a sequel in it.
I think it's a prequel. But anyway, we'll find out.
Yeah.
So do you have anything to say? To say bye?
Have a good night, guys. Thank you all for being with us in this journey, and I hope that you'll be there for a next live discussion if we do one for any kind of series, I guess.
We'll do another one eventually. We'll figure it out. We love talking to you. So, see you in another video.
This said it's both. This said it's both.
Okay, let's
Have
say
a good
bye.
night, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.